Then Justin Haley, 31st. 32nd, Kyle Busch. Ross Chastain, 33rd. 34th is Todd Gilliland. Ty Dillon, 35th. Cody Ware, 36th. J.J. Yeley, 37th. And Catherine Legg in 38th. That leaderboard update brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, where we love racing and we love pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com or download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app.
Let's go down to pit road and first check in with Brett McMillan.
Well, I got some updates down here, Brad. First of all, Ryan Blaney said he is a little bit free. Same thing for his teammate, Austin Cindric. He said he's too free. They're telling A.J. Allmendinger that he needs to try to get to the bottom of the track to find some speed. And for Ty Gibbs, they're telling him he needs to try to figure out how to round the corners better. That should help his speed as well. Heather DeBow.
And for playoff driver Kyle Larson, who's currently running in that 7th position, when asking for feedback on his handling, he said, "I'm a tick tight right now." But Cliff Daniels wanted to know, is this a good balance for clean air? And Kyle said, yes, it feels pretty comfortable. Wendy Venturini?
On my end of pit road, we have Chase Briscoe, of course, leading the field. He was bottoming out in turns 1 and 2. They told him simply to move up the racetrack. Getting a little bit free in 3 and 4 for him, but turns 1 and 2 are starting to come to him once he moved up the track. Also out there right now, Tyler Reddick, a non-playoff driver in the 6th spot. He's tight, but he's building loose, so we do know the track is changing. The temperature and the wind is a little bit different today. Also, Joey Logano, one of our playoff contenders with 4 wins here at Las Vegas, currently running in the 8th spot. He's snug in the center for Joey Logano.
You know, just a few laps ago, Kyle Larson was challenging Tyler Reddick. Reddick left him. Now he's past Christopher Bell. Moved Reddick up now into the 5th spot. He seems to be one of the guys on the move.
Tyler Reddick definitely on the move. Now he breaks up a host of playoffs drivers. In fact, all of the playoffs contenders running in the top 12 right now. Ryan Blaney is the bottom of those 12. He's actually running in 12th. But Logano runs in 8th. Larson runs 7th. Christopher Bell now 6th. And then our top 4. Chase Briscoe leading the race. Denny Hamlin 2nd. William Byron 3rd. Chase Elliott running in 4th. And now we're about to start hitting some lap traffic, Mark. Chase Briscoe has driven away. He's already gotten around Catherine Legg, and now he's caught the back bumper of Cody Ware. I don't know that this is going to be enough to slow him down. He has gapped Denny Hamlin that much.
And Denny Hamlin has his hands full with William Byron now in turn 3.
Yeah, Hamlin backed right up to William Byron where he could get around him, and William Byron said, yes, thank you very much. Hamlin not moving around on the racetrack, going to lose a spot, and it won't be long before Chase Elliott's there.
Bigger question now for Denny Hamlin, is he going to fall under the clutches of Chase Elliott as William Byron continues to drive away into 1?
Certainly looks like Denny Hamlin's car fading a bit here later in the run. He'll settle in about 3 car lengths behind William Byron. Chase Elliott is charging, but also might want to keep an eye on Tyler Reddick. He's in the mix as well.
Chase Briscoe, the leader, is in the middle of 3 and 4 right now, and he's lapping cars very easily. It is a long way back to William Byron. Then you find Hamlin exiting this corner and Chase Elliott on the move.
So Briscoe just got around J.J. Yeley to put him down a lap. Christopher Bell now starting to slide backwards. Kyle Larson just got around him, moved Larson up to 6.
Yep, Kyle Larson has been digging hard. First got around Christopher Bell, now trying to track down Tyler Reddick. Those two battled for a significant portion of this early stage. Larson's got to fight about 3 car lengths, though.
Briscoe takes advantage of Noah Gragson now, picks up another spot there. He'll continue to move up. Ross Chastain in big trouble here, guys.
Ross Chastain had to start at the back of the pack after having an issue getting into the wall yesterday. Had the 2nd fastest car over a 15-lap average. Chase Briscoe continues to lead. We're hearing we're about 10 to 15 laps away from green flag pit stops here in the South Point 400.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
After a devastating storm that brings down trees and homes, so many families have nowhere to turn. That's why Samaritan's Purse responds immediately after hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and fires all across the country. Our volunteer teams bring tools and compassion to homeowners who have lost not only possessions, but more importantly, hope. You can help. Join with Samaritan's Purse. Log on to samaritanspurse.org.
Looks like green flag pit stops have opened up here in the South Point 400. Tyler Reddick, the first car to come down pit road. He's headed to you, Wendy Venturini.
Tyler Reddick was tight, building a little bit loose. He's going to come to a stop on pit road. He's one of the first takers we see on pit road. They're already swinging around to the left side. It's Four Tires and Sunoco Fuel. A little bit slower on the left side, but he is down and away.
Kyle Larson coming on to pit road. Ross Chastain on pit road. Heather DeBow.
Kyle Larson coming down pit road. Crew Chief Cliff Daniels up here on the wall with the pit crew. As I mentioned, he just said he was a little bit tight, so looking for just a slight air pressure adjustment here for Kyle Larson, the team going to work to change Four Tires, Tear Off, and Sunoco Fuel. Wendy Venturini.
Ross Chastain is on pit road. It's Four Tires Fuel. He started in the 15th position. Joey Logano also on pit road. Joey Logano was snug in the center, making an air pressure adjustment with Four Tires and Sunoco Fuel. He's down and away. Heather DeBow.
And Bubba Wallace was also in for service. He was just telling his team he really needs some grip. He felt like he didn't have much in his tires there. Brett McMillan.
William Byron said he's too tight. They're giving him a four-tire change, finishing up on the left side now. And an air pressure adjustment for him. Ty Gibbs in also. They want him to run a little bit better at the bottom of the track. Four-tire change, Sunoco Fuel. Also, Ryan Blaney just finished his service as well. Wendy Venturini.
Denny Hamlin's on pit road. It was an adjustment on the chassis for him as well. Four Tires Fuel. Shane Van Gisbergen also on pit road for Four Tires and Fuel. They lose a tire on the right side, take a little bit longer to get to the left side. Shane top spot as our leader. He was bottoming out in turns 1 and 2, so he's already fighting a race car. They have trouble on the left rear for Chase Briscoe. Very lengthy stop. Chase Briscoe is going to lose a lot of time, guys.
All right, so there's a cycle of green flag pit stops for our playoffs contenders. Chase Briscoe will find out where he blends back into the field. Sweepstakes fans, start your entries. Visit echopark.com/speedway to enter for a chance to win a Toyota Tundra plus a brand new Thor camper. Visit echopark.com/speedway now to drive off a winner. We owe our local stations a break. From Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Grab a friend and pack the cooler. Saturday Night Racing returns to North Wilkesboro Speedway October 18th for the ZMAX Cars Tour Championship. See rising stars like Keelan Harvick compete against short track racing's best in season finals for Pro Late Model, Late Model Stock, and the Smart Modified Tour. Party down North Wilkesboro style with the ZMAX Cars Tour Saturday, October 18th. For tickets, visit northwilkesborospeedway.com.
More than 200 members of Congress are standing up for AM radio listeners. The AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act will keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 39179. Tell Congress to pass this critical legislation now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Carson Hocevar, during this string of green flag pit stops, has inherited the lead. Michael McDowell has not pitted, neither has Justin Haley or Todd Gilliland. Meanwhile, of course, the top guns so far early in the South Point 400 have made their green flag stops.
And the big winner on this was the driver who came down pit road first, Tyler Reddick. He's running in 8th right now. Effectively, that will be running in 2nd once everyone cycles through. The big loser, Chase Briscoe. He lost 4 spots. Couple of things. Wendy Venturini pointed out a slow stop on the left side. Mark, you pointed out the fact that they came in 2 laps after the rest of the leaders. That made a difference.
Now Hocevar on pit road. Michael McDowell on pit road. Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland yet to pit. William Byron in position to take over the top spot when they do.
As soon as they come back around, they'll cycle through. We'll give you a full field leaderboard right now. We have just completed lap number 40. That means we have 40 to go in eBay stage number 1 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So as they continue their way around the racetrack, J.J. Yaley coming in for his pit cycle, and we've seen all of the leaders right now. now, waiting for William Byron to make it back around to give you a rundown of where we run midway through eBay stage number 1 here in the South Point 400. So here comes William Byron. He is off of turn number 4. William Byron, now the leader of the South Point 400. Running in second right now, we've got Tyler Reddick, and then behind Tyler Reddick is Michael McDowell. Todd Gilliland runs fourth. Actually, now we reset everything. William Byron, the leader. Tyler Reddick is second. Kyle Larson runs third. Fourth is Chase Briscoe. Denny Hamlin fifth. Sixth, Chase Elliott. Christopher Bell runs seventh. Eighth is Bubba Wallace. Ninth, Alex Bowman. 10th, Joey Logano.
Ty Gibbs is currently 11th. 12th, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Preece in the 13th position. 14th is Chris Buescher. Daniel Suarez, 15th. 16th, Eric Jones. Noah Gregson, 17th. 18th, Shane Van Gisbergen. Austin Cindric, 19th. 20th is A.J. Allmendinger.
That leaderboard update brought to you by eBay. Swapping out your tires, there's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain, get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love. Mark coming off of turn 4. Looks like Chase Briscoe wants to grab some of those spots back.
He certainly does, and we see now Byron flash by the stripe, then Reddick, Larson, then Chase Briscoe, now trying to track down that black and gold number 5.
Denny Hamlin right there, about 5 or 6 car lengths back as well. They're trying to navigate around the lap car of Cole Custer. Larson clears him. Briscoe will chase down the backstretch.
There's Briscoe. He'll also try to go around the 41 red and black of Custer. Doesn't have the position going into turns 3 and 4. Now he'll try to work to the high side and go after Larson again.
And Chase Briscoe now is having to go around Cole Custer. He'll try and put that fight back on Kyle Larson. Again, Briscoe losing 4 spots during that green flag cyclist stop.
Now, he hustled his way back onto the racetrack, but after that slow pit stop, he watched not only Byron, Reddick, and Larson blow past. Now he's on the charge back down the back straightaway.
Now we'll watch that. We also watch Reddick right now, who looks as if visually at least he's beginning to close in on the leader. Here's William Byron off the corner.
As they come down across the stripe, there's 45 laps down, 35 to go to make up the 80 laps in stage 1 of the South Point 400.
And South Point, just a great sponsor of racing, a great sponsor of race fans, and a wonderful entitlement sponsor here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're joined up here in the booth by Ryan Growney, the general manager of the South Point Hotel and Casino. And Ryan, first of all, thank you for the hospitality. That's the most important thing that South Point does so well.
Thank you for accepting it. We love having you guys there. It's a labor of love from the Gahn family to motorsports to sponsoring this race. It's turned into one of our favorite weeks of the year. It truly has.
The race fans, right? You walk into the place, they're walking into drivers, they're walking into crew chiefs. They're in nirvana when they get to the South Point.
I just rode an elevator, Richard Childress. I mean, and then the guys coming out in their suits and coming back from the track, and they're all together, and they're just great people, and it's honestly so much fun.
Big announcement earlier in the media center. You guys have been the entitlement sponsor here of this fall playoffs race date for 8 years now. That's going to extend another 3 years. Congratulations.
I can't believe it's been 8, but it has. And yes, it's Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We have a lot of great partners. They are at the top of the leaderboard, and we just wanted to continue. I mean, when you're out here, and like you said, the fans and the Gahn family and racing, and you see that beautiful South Point 400 out there in that grass, we just had to sign up for another 3 years, and we're very excited to announce that today.
Walking out of the hotel earlier today, I saw a bunch of buses, and I know a lot of those were headed right here for the South Point 400. I want to use that, Ryan, to illustrate the fact that not only are we going to be back here next fall for the playoffs in the South Point 400, we're going to come back in the spring for the Pennzoil 400. And one great thing that the South Point Hotel and Casino and Spa does is actually great race packages for race fans, and those are on sale now.
They are on sale now, and we sold out this year. The track was nice enough to give us a few extra tickets to get those people that were late buyers, but buy them soon. But they do a great job. I think we had 12 buses come out here today, and so you get to come out with race fans, be a part of it. We'll take you right back to the South Point. Pennzoil doesn't have a hotel, so there's no competition. They won't care, and we look forward to having them all again in March.
I just want to say thanks for all the years that I've been able to stay at the South Point, come out, enjoy Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It has been one of the highlights. It's always a high point of our season. Just want to thank you guys.
Well, I know you're quitting this, but you're always going to have a home there at the South Point, my friend.
I'm going to come and play tourist sometime.
Perfect.
I want to come and make this my hub for about a week or two and travel to all the cool things around Las Vegas and go to some shows.
Ryan, thank you so much again for the hospitality. The rooms are amazing there. The restaurants are incredible. I've already done the Oyster Bar twice, the sushi restaurant, Zenshin, have done the Silverado. We'll probably be back there again tonight. And Jerry Horn, our general manager, and I, we have to get our traditional South Point ice cream before we leave here tonight.
You've got it figured out, sir. You're our new hype man. I love it.
And we have it figured out. Ryan, thank you again.
Thank you all for what you do for the sport of racing. Thank you.
Ryan Growney, the general manager of South Point Hotel and Casino. Check him out. We actually raised a lot of money on Friday night for Speedway Children's Charities with the Brendan Gaughan Celebrity Blackjack Tournament as well. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network. Welcome back to the South Point 400 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are winding down eBay stage number 1, Mark.
Now Kyle Busch has gone down a lap to William Byron. Riley Herbst down a lap. We mentioned Ross Chastain has lost a lap, so has Cole Custer.
So William Byron leads Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, your top 5, as lap 52 is now complete in eBay stage number 1.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, underage sale prohibited. Introducing Zone Nicotine Pouches, the perfect balance of unparalleled comfort, longer-lasting flavor, and nicotine that satisfies. Whether you're zoning in during the race or zoning out after a tough day at work, Zone gets you there faster and keeps you there longer. Available in 7 flavors and in 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Find Zone at zonepouches.com and retailers near you. Own your Zone with Zone Nicotine Pouches.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Things are tightening up in the top 5 as we have 26 laps to go in stage number 1 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hey, it's Charlie and Debbie, along with NASCAR legend Kyle Petty, inviting you to join us for Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown.
Each week, we'll put it in reverse and take a trip down memory lane, looking back at that week's top 20 country songs from years past.
We'll dive into what made those songs and artists move the needle, what pop culture trends made those years unique.
And you'll get to hear me tell stories only I can tell.
So don't miss Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown right here each week.
Welcome to PRN's At the Track. I'm Lenny Baticki. We are PRN's half-hour weekly show dedicated to the short track, dirt track, legends, and kart racing across the Southeast. We provide our audience with the news and insightful conversations with the newsmakers from grassroots racing.
How did that help you this time to take this victory from a grassroots perspective?
I definitely felt like Martinsville was a lot harder than the other one.
That's PRN's At the Track.
We have 23 laps to go in stage 1 of the South Point 400. William Byron leading Tyler Reddick by 1.6 seconds. Kyle Larson currently holding on to the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott, the man on the move. He's picked up 2 spots the last 2 laps. He took on and took the spot away from Denny Hamlin and then drove around early race leader Chase Briscoe.
All of this happening now with 22 laps to go as we watch the white Napa number 9 navigate his way back into 1.
Next car on the hit list will be his teammate, Kyle Larson, who waits ahead about 10 to 12 car lengths. Briscoe and Hamlin trying to fight back, but pretty impressive stuff for Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott midway down the backstretch now. It's got about, 12, 13 car lengths maybe. Larson's car out in front of him down at the very bottom of the racetrack. That's where you also find Chase Elliott.
We started this race with 3 Joe Gibbs Toyotas in the top 3. We've now flip-flopped that with Hendrick that started 4, 5, and 6. William Byron leads. Tyler Reddick with 23-11 in the middle of that. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott round out the top 4, Nick.
And of course, William Byron leading this race and looking strong right now, but we focus in on Larson and Elliott. They're separated by about 8 car lengths as Larson tries to get around lap traffic.
Yeah, Briscoe about 5 car lengths off of Elliott now as they go down into the corner. Briscoe likes up near the wall with his car right now. Hamlin about 2 car lengths back behind Briscoe. Then it's a long way back to Chris Bell.
Elliott is making up ground on teammate Kyle Larson across the stripe with 20 laps to go in this stage. They go back to 1.
Every lap, he carves off about a car length or 2, and Chase is not on the bottom of the racetrack. He's moved up to the middle lane, and he's making it work, Pat, as he tries to track down Kyle Larson.
Larson's going to have to negotiate a little lap traffic here, and if everybody, one goes upstairs, one goes downstairs, that's going to give Elliott a chance to get a little bit closer. He'll do just that off the corner.
That lap traffic, a couple of Las Vegas natives. Riley Herbst, the next one in front of Kyle Larson. Then it's Kyle Busch. But right now, Chase Elliott, he's drawn to the rear decklet of Kyle Larson.
Right on the back bumper, entering turn number 1. Kyle Larson's been running the inside line the last handful of laps. Elliott moves to the middle, trying to use that momentum. He's got to run, Pat, down the backstretch.
And they got the lap cars we just talked about, the Las Vegas natives, right in front of these two. Here goes Elliott to the bottom of the racetrack. He likes the bottom. Larson's going upstairs. Let's see who gets the momentum off the corner.
They're going to try to split Riley Herbst. He goes up the racetrack. That leaves Elliott with no place to go. Larson also looking for some racing room, and they're door-to-door in 1.
This is the battle for third position here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Chase Elliott cracks the throttle at the entrance of turn number 1. Gets the momentum built up. They are still side by side at a 2.
And that's the battle Chase Briscoe wanted to see as well, because now he's making a little progress trying to catch up to these two. Here's Elliott, bottom of the racetrack. It's Larson right in the middle. Larson's got the advantage off the corner.
Coming off at turn number 4, Riley Herbst is the one not tucking in behind Kyle Busch. Again, they're still racing for position. Kyle Larson now ducks to the inside of Riley Herbst. He'll try and complete that pass.
That dirty air making it very tough for those 2 Hendrick cars to battle, but now the bottom line has opened up. Larson and Elliott both going to take it as they clear one of those lap cars.
All right, so now Larson, midway down the backstretch, has got Kyle Busch right in front of him. Kyle Busch is going to go up next to the wall. Larson stays and paints that bottom line there as he's got about a 5-car advantage off Elliott now.
That's allowed Chase Briscoe to close back in. So will Denny Hamlin. When Hamlin looks in his rear view mirror, looking and looming closer, his teammate Christopher Bell.
3 Joe Gibbs Toyotas running there in order. Chase Briscoe thought he might entertain him making a pass around Chase Elliott for that 4th spot. He'll get in line down the back straightaway.
So Larson makes the move around, Kyle Busch. He gets that position. Down at the bottom is Elliott. He's 6 car lengths back, and it's another 5 car lengths back to Briscoe now off 4.
This is a battle for third. It's become a 4-car battle now with lap traffic slowing down both Larson and Chase Elliott. Let's get an update from pit road and Brett McMillan.
Yeah, Chase Elliott has said his car is better now, that he can lean more on his right front, and he's doing that in this battle.
All right, so Chase Elliott, the man on the move. Now Elliott has cleared Kyle Busch. Pat, let's see if he can make another run on Larson.
Yeah, he's got about 10 car lengths. Larson goes up towards the top of the racetrack, not all the way up. He gets a little bit better push off the hill that way, but Elliott is right there.
As they work their way down out of the corner across the stripe, 14 to go in stage 1. There is Chase Elliott again pressuring Kyle Larson.
Still no threat out front with William Byron and Tyler Reddick running 1-2. All eyes are on this battle for third. Chase Elliott got to within a car length that Kyle Larson still can't pull off the pass.
A little further back now, you got Kyle Busch in the middle of the JGR teammates. Now Denny Hamlin is going to try to pick up a position from his teammate and the front row starter, Chase Briscoe. They're door to door now.
Denny Hamlin on the bottom side of that battle, not able to clear Chase Briscoe. This time by 13 laps to go as William Byron leads in eBay stage number 1.
Here's Paul Doschel of Toyota.
We have a kind of robust program around NASCAR, and we feel that if we're going to be there and compete against Chevrolet and Ford, that we want to be able to tell that story, and so we feel that a 360-degree approach is the best for that. Radio fills a much-needed void in our marketing program. Being able to have our commercial spots and the relationship that we have with PRN, where they talk about our vehicles as Camrys and Supras.
The Toyota GR Supra makes that hard left turn onto pit road.
As pace cars, the Toyota Camry pace car or the GR Supra pace car adds a nice touch to broadcast rather than when it's just the pace cars coming out of turn 4. So for us, it's really the coming together of the 360-degree approach to really make our program all-inclusive.
NASCAR Network Radio drives business.
Christopher Bell drove around Denny Hamlin, moved him up to the 6th spot now as we have 11 laps to go here in stage number 1 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
No one's paying me to say this, but you've been our lifeline. We have no internet. We have no TV. We barely have cell service. I don't know how I'm able to get to you. My Wi-Fi is not working. And I have a radio, and I finally got power on, and I have it plugged in, and I could hear you. You're the only station I can get in.
Wow. Well,
That's
I'm
why
glad
we're here. So-
Wow.
The report that we got was that a severe tornado was heading right toward us. And I just want to commend you gentlemen for the job that you're doing, for keeping us informed.
I just wanted to say thank you for being on the radio and guiding us to, where we can get help.
I just want to tell you, the first thing I heard was your voices the next morning. Oh, shoot. And it made me cry. The comfort of hearing your voices.
My respiration, perspiration, and aggravation are sky high, but you guys have been the guiding light.
Your local AM station makes a difference.
Trouble in turn 4 for a playoff contender, Pat Patterson.
Ryan Blaney hit the wall coming out of turn number 4, actually got into it right in the middle of the corner. Don't know if it was a tire that let go, but he is on pit road now. Caution is out. Big trouble for Ryan Blaney.
Pat, when he came off the banking right there, it looked like the left front tread had separated from the sidewall on that tire. This is a new tire that Goodyear has brought here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Same one they used at Kansas Speedway a few weeks ago. And again, if you're a crew chief, you get too aggressive on camber, sometimes you can fail the tire. Not sure exactly if that's the problem with Ryan Blaney. Brett McMillan's in pit road covering that one, Mark, but tough for him. As you can see on the replay, it looks like the tread just separated from that left front tire.
And a very big impact to the passenger side of the Ryan Blaney machine. He is climbing out. Blaney is done. Just 72 laps into the South Point 400, a major turn of events. Let's go down to Brett McMillan.
Yeah, they were working on the right side of the car, Mark, as you said, and they just kind of looked at it and they pretty much called it. It's a very, very disappointing day for Ryan Blaney, as you can imagine. For him to be out this early in a playoff race, very disappointing.
Really tough. And now this is going to set up interesting strategy. We have 8 laps to go in stage 1. We came into this without a runaway in points at the top in the round of 8. Do you stay out? Do you get stage points? Do you come in, get some fresh Goodyear tires now, and flip that stage for some other teams, depending on how many people hit? Mark, we have now 23 drivers on the lead lap. For guys like Josh Berry, who won here in the spring. For Ross Chastain, who's been struggling today. For Ricky Stenhouse Jr., well, he'll actually get the free pass. Kyle Busch, if we see the leaders pit, they can stay out, take the wave around. They'll be able to hang on till the end of the stage and stay back on the lead lap.
Absolutely. And again, when you look at this, as you talked about, coming in, the points so tight that these crew chiefs are going to be hard-pressed to give that up. They really are. William Byron, Reddick, Larson, Elliott, Briscoe, they've done such a great job in stage 1 to get in position to get stage points. It'll be tough to give those up if that's what they decide. Let's go down to Heather DeBow.
Wendy Venturini.
Well, Ross Chastain, one of the cars that's a lap down, kind of odd for Ross Chastain. He's just been too loose and not turning through the corner. Now, he came down pit road. They did make a wedge adjustment, but it still was too loose for him, and he felt like he was pretty edgy, and the entry was not really good for Ross Chastain. Another guy that's having issues, Josh Berry, former winner here, of course, had a slight vibration early on in this race, and he's also too loose. So some issues they're trying to battle for Josh Berry as well.
Thank you very much, Wendy. Appreciate that.
Man, what a difference. What a difference race 1 in round 3 has made for Ryan Blaney, given what happened in race 1 of round 2.
Pit road is open. Brett McMillan.
All right, Chase Elliott coming in as he has come to the attention of his crew. He said that the car was handling a lot better. They're going to the right side of the car. No adjustments there. William Byron also in. He's going to get a 4-tire change. Heather DeBow.
And Kyle Larson said he was tight, that run tighter than the first, so they're going to take another stab at it with a bigger
adjustment here for Larson. Also the 23 of Bubba Wallace saying that he's having issues with that right front. Again, still with the handling on his car. 4 tires at Sunoco Phil, Wendy Venturini.
Chase Briscoe, who lost 4 spots on pit road, already down and away this time down pit road, said his car is unbelievably fast, but he just drove the front tires off of it because the 5 of Kyle Larson was mirror driving. Also, Denny Hamlin's on pit road, 4 tires and a right rear wedge adjustment for him. He was just a little too edgy for Denny Hamlin, and lots of updates here to come from pit road.
So it's Byron, Larson, Briscoe, Chase Elliott, the first 4 off the pit lane.
And really, we don't have to worry about talking about people flipping the stage, Mark, as it looked like we had all the leaders come in and come down pit road. So now if you were trying to fight for a stage victory, stage points, you're going to be able to fight for that, as it looks like we are going to have a restart before the end of eBay Stage 1.
Josh Berry and Austin Cindric, they stayed out. They will lead the field to the green flag, it looks like, to end this stage.
Wendy Venturini.
Tyler Reddick was another one that we just wanted to give some updates on. For Tyler Reddick, he came down pit road, but he really wanted to get his car a little bit more loose because it had been building tight for Tyler Reddick. Lots of changes on pit road. It seems like people are facing and fighting this racetrack as it continues to change. Another guy, Chase Briscoe, didn't really want to make too many adjustments to his car because he felt like that the adjustments were good. He had just worn the tires off with the 5 of Kyle Larson racing him hard. 4 tires also for Tyler Reddick on pit road.
All right, thank you very much, Wendy Venturini. Now, Josh Berry and Austin Cindric, they're going to be part of the wave around group. They were actually a lap down here, so William Byron does cycle back to the lead. So all our leaders at the time of caution come back as our leaders, but this is going to be a huge benefit. Josh Berry, Austin Cindric, Kyle Busch, Riley Herbst, Cole Custer, Ross Chastain, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland, Michael McDowell, Ty Dillon, Cody Ware, all are going to get to take the wave around. We're going to get 1 to go the next time by, Mark, so they're going to be able to get themselves and stay back on the lead lap.
And, of course, as you talked about, it won't be that long before we get to the end of that stage, so the wave around process has begun. Josh Berry, Austin Cindric leading that group. William Byron back at the front, and it looks like he'll be chased to the green flag here at the end of this stage by Kyle Larson. Chase Briscoe's 3rd. Chase Elliott is 4th. 5th is Tyler Reddick. Denny Hamlin 6th. 7th, Christopher Bell. Bubba Wallace 8th. 9th, Ty Gibbs. Joey Logano currently 10th.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. runs 11th. 12th is Alex Bowman. 13th, Ryan Preece. Chris Buescher 14th. Shane Van Gisbergen 15th. 16th, A.J. Allmendinger. 17th, Daniel Suarez. Carson Hocevar 18th. 19th, Eric Jones. 20th, Noah Gragson.
21st, Austin Dillon. John Hunter Nemechek 22nd. 23rd, Brad Keselowski. Zane Smith 24th. 25th, Josh Berry. Austin Cindric 26th. Kyle Busch 27th. 28th, Riley Herbst. Cole Custer 29th. 30th, Ross Chastain.
Justin Haley, 31st. 32nd, Todd Gilliland. Michael McDowell, 33rd. Ty Dillon, 34th. Cody Ware, 35th. The last car on the lead lap. 1 lap down, J.J. Yaley in 36th. 2 laps down, Catherine Legg in 37th. Ryan Blaney's car currently behind the wall, and he is currently running in 38th.
That leaderboard update brought to you by State Water Heaters. When you need a water heater, make sure you get a State. Visit statewaterheaters.com to find a professional installer near you. NASCAR starter Greg Harris has given them the 1 to go signal.
We're going to restart with 3 laps to go in stage number 1 here in the South Point 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. William Byron is going to line up to the inside to his outside teammate Kyle Larson. You got Chase Briscoe on the inside of row 2, Chase Elliott on the outside. They're all stacked up behind that Toyota GR Supra pace car. And Pat Patterson, I hope you got something to hang on to. This is going to be a wild ride to the end of this stage.
Yeah, well, here's something for all the Blaney fans to hold on to. He did exactly the same thing last year. Crashed at this race, then went on and made the playoffs. Everybody knows the history there. So Blaney with a tough afternoon. Yeah, we're ready to go again. It's the Hendrick teammates up here on the front row. Right behind them, you got Chase Elliott right alongside Chase Briscoe. Then Tyler Reddick is there with Denny Hamlin as the pace car slowly brings this field in front of this nice crowd out here this afternoon of Las Vegas NASCAR faithful. Here goes the pace car to pit road. Let's see who's going to win this stage.
That Toyota GR Supra pace car on the pit lane. And now into the Echo Park Automotive restart zone. Every car, happy owner. Echo Park Automotive. Green flag is back out with a push from Chase Briscoe. William Byron will lead the pack to turn number 1.
Certainly looked like the inside line had the momentum. Byron with a jump, clear by a car length over both Briscoe and Kyle Larson. Those two will duel side by side as they exit turn number 2.
Now the battle is for second place. We got William Byron out front, Briscoe to the inside, Larson out next to the wall. Oh, Briscoe almost gets kicked by his teammate there, Denny Hamlin, who had to get out of the throttle. Here comes Briscoe battling for that second spot.
2 to go in stage number 1. William Byron leads it. It is side by side the next 2 rows. Battle for second. Kyle Larson to the outside of Briscoe. Denny Hamlin to the inside of Chase Elliott behind.
That is exactly what William Byron wants to see out of the back of that Hendrick Chevrolet. 2 by 2 behind him. Still Briscoe and Larson for second as they duel down the back stretch.
Yeah, it's a good battle for the second spot. Briscoe not giving an inch, neither is Larson. Meanwhile, up front, Willie B's got no problems whatsoever. No chance from behind there as he's off the corner.
Bubba Wallace up on top of the racetrack. He gets door to door with Chase Elliott. He moves around Elliott, now goes after Denny Hamlin with 1 to go in stage 1.
That was a phenomenal move by Bubba Wallace, rim riding around 3 and 4. Still can't clear Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell as they race down the back straightaway.
3 wide down the back straightaway here momentarily. Christopher Bell in the middle of it with Chase Elliott and Bubba Wallace. Then there's Tyler Reddick. Here comes Briscoe to the bottom for that second spot. He's trying to get it off the corner here in 4.
Green and white checkered flag is in the air. We've got William Byron who will win stage number 1. Side by side battle. Kyle Larson is able to edge Chase Briscoe at the line. Denny Hamlin will end up finishing stage 1 in 4th. 5th will be Chase Elliott. Bubba Wallace in 6th. 7th is going to be Christopher Bell. Tyler Reddick 8th. Ty Gibbs in 9th. 10th will be Joey Logano. And that was eBay stage number 1. Swapping out your tires, there's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love. WeatherGuard says thank you to today's safety and ops crews that keep the track running like a well-oiled machine. This year's crew is once again sponsored by WeatherGuard Truck and Van Equipment. WeatherGuard, established in 1968. Proven every day. Learn more at weatherguard.com.
Hi, this is PRN's Brett McMillan. You know, you don't spend your life just sitting around, so what you need is PRN's mobile app. By downloading the mobile app, you can listen to our live race broadcast from anywhere. Make sure you don't miss a second of the action from the track. If you download it today, you get station listings and on-demand access to your favorite studio shows like Fast Talk, Pit Reporters, or Garage Pass. Get all the latest racing information at your fingertips with the PRN mobile app. Download today. Available at the Apple App Store and on Google Play.
At Hunt Brothers Pizza, you can choose from 10 toppings at no extra charge. In a hurry, call ahead to place your order or grab a hunk of pizza on the go. Find your nearest location at huntbrotherspizza.com and follow me, Joey Logano, all season long.
William Byron has won stage number 1. Ryan Blaney currently runs in 38th with his team behind the wall. Blaney's out of the infield care center and with our own Heather DeBow.
Yeah, here with Ryan Blaney now. Ryan, did you have any indication or how much did you know that tire was going to do what it did?
No, I didn't have anything. Any thoughts? That it was going to blow just as soon as I lifted into 3. Blew out.
You've bounced back before and made it into the Final Four after having a crash in this round. Can you do that again?
I hope so. It's unfortunate we got to be in these spots. But yeah, got to bounce back.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Heather DeBow. Really tough for Ryan Blaney. Pit road is still closed. We're not sure if we're going to have any takers, but we owe our local stations a break. From Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
My fiance is a veteran.
I did tours in Korea, Germany, and Bosnia before I got injured.
When Yusuf got out of the military, he needed help getting his disability benefits.
Luckily, DAV came to the rescue. They fought for me the same way that I fought for my country.
Every year, DAV provides life-changing support to more than 1 million veterans.
My victory is never giving up and finding more ways to serve.
He's pretty amazing.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hi, this is Doug Rice at PRN. Join me for another great episode of Fast Talk. We have NASCAR Hall of Famer Kurt Busch. What does a much older, wiser Kurt Busch want to tell Carson Hocevar?
Well, let's bust out all the VHS tapes, and you can watch all my mistakes. Try not to do those, Carson. I like what he's doing. He's learning, and he's putting his time in up front.
That's Fast Talk right here on PRN.
Pit road is open now, and all of the teams that pitted at that first caution will stay out. Now we see some of the teams that took the wave around come down pit road. Let's go down to Brett McMillan.
And we have Zane Smith coming in. He said the car is just a little bit loose. He's going to get a 4-tire change. They're finishing on the right side. Now coming around to the left side. Also in Austin Cindric, a 2-tire change now for Zane Smith. Winnie Venturini.
Well, Ross Chastain went a lap down. He called his car evil. Some of the adjustments were better, but he said he still can't drive it, and he's not turning through the corner with maximum speed. That's never good for a driver. Noah Gragson's on pit road for tires as well. So they are going to take their time on Ross Chastain. They're on the right side. They're also making a large wedges adjustment and going under the right front tire to make a chassis adjustment as well for Ross Chastain. So you'll see him on pit road for a while, but he had that wave around, and he will be back on the lead lap.
Just watching a replay, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott getting together. Close call for Chase. That car had a little bit of a wiggle as they made contact here along the front stretch at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We'll take a break, come back for the green flag. Stage 2 in the South Point 400 is coming up.
Here's John Felton of Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen.
We've been partnered with NASCAR for about 6 years now. We've continued to expand the various ways that we can engage the NASCAR community. Radio has been very helpful for us in terms of accessing the fan base directly through relationships that we've built with the on-air personalities. That's a brand that has a personality that is a good fit for our brand.
Thank you, John. NASCAR Network Radio drives business.
When it comes to maintaining your engine to run at peak performance, trust Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Z-Max soaks into metal, so it's easy to add to your oil or gas to disperse carbon buildup in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. Protect your vehicle's engine to the max with Z-Max. Check us out at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter to find out more about our full line of products. Remember the name Z-Max for your car, big rig, small engines, firearms, and more. That's Z-Max Micro Lubricant.
Today's broadcast brought to you in part by Bass Pro Shops, voted America's best outdoor retailer. Your adventure starts here. When we come back, we'll get into stage number 2 of the South Point 400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
It's hard to believe in this day and age in the United States of America that children are hungry.
Our time on this planet is short. We have to give back to those in need.
Every child has a chance, no matter what obstacles they may encounter.
Never have we been taxed more as a society to help kids the way we are right now.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
Because all children
deserve joy
and hope
and love.
I'm PRN's Doug Turnbull, co-host of the 5 to Go podcast, a weekly deep dive into 5 motorsports issues. Devin Kupka gives the Gen Z view.
One thing that I've never seen before, when the cars got 4 wide, everybody stood up cheering.
And championship-winning mechanic Dan Elliott leans on his decades in the garage and promoting.
Unless everybody is aware of the rules, then no, it's not fair for everyone.
Listen to the 5 to Go podcast on GoPRN.com and subscribe on Apple and Spotify.
We're back at Las Vegas. William Byron wins number 1 for the South Point 400. His 8th stage win of the year. That's 1 fewer than Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney. But his first stage win, this is race 33. This is his first stage win since the 15th race, stage 2 at Michigan for William Byron. Now, Ryan Blaney is going to get last place today. It's the 9th time in his career he has finished absolutely in the very last position.
That is really, really tough. We're about to get into stage number 2, presented by Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. Cheddar's is the official restaurant of RCR and the number 8 car. Cheddar's serves home-style comfort food like homemade chicken pot pie, slow-smoked baby back ribs, and hand-breaded chicken tenders at prices that won't break the bank.
It looked like we were getting set for green, but we have a safety vehicle in turn 4. Will that move out of the way in time? They're checking for debris. That truck is now off the racetrack. They're in front of Pat Patterson.
Yeah, lights are off on the pace car right now. William Byron up front with his teammate Kyle Larson and Chase Briscoe with his teammate Denny Hamlin. Bubba Wallace up here right alongside Chase Elliott. Fans are getting on their feet. Get a little stretch and watch them take off once again here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Toyota GR Super makes the hard left turn onto pit road, and they will head toward the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. On the inside, it's William Byron. He gets a jump on his teammate Kyle Larson. Inside lane moves quick. So does the outside lane. Kyle Larson getting a huge shove, and William Byron gets shoved down to the apron by Chase Briscoe, but he'll hold the lead.
Got really gnarly there into turn number 1. In fact, they're trying to go 2 or 3 wide. Christopher Bell all the way up against the outside wall. It is William Byron, Kyle Larson side by side for the race lead.
Door to door, side by side. That's the way the top 4 race. Now here goes Briscoe. He's going to try to take advantage of Byron. Diving underneath him, Byron's car slides up the racetrack. Briscoe will go after Larson now.
Larson, the new leader. Briscoe in the second spot. Byron now side by side with Hamlin. Hamlin up top. Byron on the bottom.
Chase Briscoe wants that track position. When he got out front early in stage 1, he checked out. He's got to find about 3 car lengths to get around Kyle Larson. They're still side by side for third. Byron on the inside, Hamlin to the outside.
Clean air is the jackpot at Las Vegas, and right now Kyle Larson has got his hand on the lever. He's up front by about a car length and a half. Then there's Briscoe. Good battle for third, though.
Stealth Black, the color on Kyle Larson's HendrickCars.com, Zach Brown Band Chevrolet. He is now leading, but the battle is for third. William Byron to the inside of Hamlin.
Boy, those two are not giving each other an inch, with Byron on the inside, Denny Hamlin trying to wrap the middle of the racetrack. Best view of it is Bubba Wallace. He sits there all by himself in fifth.
Real impressed with Bubba Wallace this afternoon. Midway down the backstretch, holds the 5th spot. He looks upstairs as William Byron goes downstairs to take that 3rd spot away from Hamlin. Move Hamlin back to 4th.
Battling for 9th, it's Joey Logano inside of Christopher Bell as they come across the stripe on the outside. Bell has a half a car length advantage, but Logano draws even in turn 1.
Closer they got to turn number 1. The faster Joey Logano pulled up to the inside of Christopher Bell. Bell's going to run the outside. He's got the momentum. They're door to door midway point of the backstretch.
Yeah, out next to the wall is the preferred spot here as you get to arc into the corner down here in 3 and 4. But Logano gets a nose out in front of Bell. No change up front.
That is a fight for 9th. Joey Logano tries to clear Christopher Bell up in front of them. Ty Gibbs might be on the move, but up in the top 3. Here's Byron now on the back bumper of Briscoe.
Byron pulled right up on Chase Briscoe. Briscoe was having none of it. He threw it into the top side of turn number 1. Byron, though, gets the better run into turn number 2. He looks to the inside to pass Briscoe.
And they stay side by side. Briscoe looks right out the window net and sees right into his car. Talking about William Byron. Will he be trying to slide up in front of Briscoe, but not letting him go? Is Chase Briscoe.
Briscoe will not let Byron move up the racetrack. They're door to door as they cross the stripe. Now on the outside, Briscoe with a slight advantage as they enter turn number 1.
William Byron's car looked spectacular yesterday in practice. He has showed it early on here at Las Vegas, but he cannot get around Chase Briscoe. Now he'll slide right up in front of Briscoe. Briscoe tries the crossover move. He'll go to the bottom.
Oh, that was tight, that move that you just heard about right there. Here comes Briscoe. He's trying to take and give advantage of Byron. Byron, though, has got the advantage off the top.
William Byron now takes over the 2nd spot, and he looks right at his windshield, sees teammate Kyle Larson. Byron swings to the outside of Larson. Larson drives up for the block.
I mean, Byron didn't even wait a lap after passing Briscoe to go on the attack. Pulled right up on the back bumper of Kyle Larson. Follows him on the top side. Here comes Chase Briscoe, though, Pat. He'll fight back on the inside looking for 2nd.
Now, and here comes Denny Hamlin, too. It's almost like he said, wait for me, guys. I want to get in the middle of this as well in 3 and 4. Larson holds the lead. It's still a battle for 2nd.
Chase Elliott blasts by Bubba Wallace. Move him up to 5th. Tyler Reddick will now pressure his teammate Wallace. Up front, Hamlin now to the inside of Chase Briscoe.
What a great run for Denny Hamlin down the front straightaway. Pulled to the inside of Chase Briscoe, trying to take that 3rd spot away, but Hamlin's car didn't like running the bottom. Had to check up. Briscoe's on the attack now on Byron.
I don't know if this is all Larson's got or he's just enjoying watching the showing his rear view mirror. Here he goes to the bottom of the racetrack. 2 to 3 car lengths out in front of the second place, William Byron. Then there's Briscoe and Hamlin.
Kyle Larson leads this race, but he is not able to drive away. Only 3 car lengths ahead of William Byron. Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin on the attack from behind.
Even separation through about the first 7 cars. It's Larson, Byron, Briscoe, Hamlin, and Elliott, the top 5. They'll stay that way as they race off of turn number 2.
Toyota going after a couple of bow ties here down the back stretch. The Nellis straightaway, we should say. The battle is still locked together tight for the second spot. Briscoe midway through 3 and 4. To his outside is William Byron.
Shane Van Gisbergen just blew by Christopher Bell, moved him up to 10th. So after he recorded his first top 10 on an oval at Kansas, he wins on the Roval. SVG on the move today at Las Vegas.
Coming off of 5 road course wins in a row. Now Shane Van Gisbergen has that special New Zealand jockey paint scheme, and he is definitely on the move. Pat Patterson, some other cars on the move, all racing hard in the top 5. Chase Elliott now joins this fight.
Yeah, the pride of Georgia now has got it rolling here, and he's called up to the 5th spot. Behind him, he's got to go. Tyler Reddick is there. Then you've got Bubba Wallace trying to hold off Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs and Wallace trying to make that a 7-car fight for the top spot. Up front, Elliott trying to pressure Hamlin in 1.
He certainly was. Mark was looking very aggressive in turn number 1. Just couldn't find a good lane to get around Denny Hamlin. But that Napa Camaro continues to stalk down the backstretch.
Larson into 3 now, stays in the middle of the racetrack. Now let the car go down to the very bottom at the white line, calling about 6 car lengths back to second place.
If you're Denny Hamlin, you have to look out the windshield. You have to look at the rear view camera. Out the windshield, he's trying to catch Chase Briscoe. Behind him, it's another Chase Elliott as they race back to 1.
Elliott about 2 car lengths behind Denny Hamlin. Hamlin about 3 or 4 behind Chase Briscoe. They'll wrap around turn number 2. Might want to throw Tyler Reddick into the mix as well, Pat, as he's charging in 6th.
Yeah, I'm watching Ty Gibbs, who's right behind Tyler Reddick, or I should say Bubba Wallace is there, and then Ty Gibbs is caught up. The top 10 or 12 cars now, for the most part, single file off the corner.
As they come down across the stripe, they are going to complete the 18th lap here in stage number 2. 67 to go. Leaders back in 1.
It is Kyle Larson running in the middle of the racetrack. Brad touched on that all-black race car. That gold number on the side of that machine. I think you can see that from downtown Vegas about 15 miles away. Looking good. Kyle Larson into 3.
Yeah, that car that you're just talking about disappears in the billboard shadows down on your end of the racetrack, Nick. Here he is midway through 3 and 4. Call it 10 car lengths back to the second place running.
For the first time, Kyle Larson's been able to drive away. He enjoys a half-second advantage over William Byron. Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott round out the top 5 here in stage 2.
Look, yo, how do you feel today? Maybe you're a little hungover again, feeling a little embarrassed about a few things? Listen, why haven't you called yet to get help? Man, aren't you tired of feeling this way? So listen, whatever your party drug of choice is, there are ways to get clean and sober, especially if it's messing with your life. Hey man, we all have choices. You can make a choice right here, right now, today, to call the number I'm about to give you and start a brand new life without drugs or booze. I know it's hard to think about this, but imagine how great your life could be. And all it takes is one simple phone call. I've got a team of people standing by ready to check your insurance and let you know what it takes to get clean and sober. Okay, so get ready to save this number because here it comes.
800-296-1140. 800-296-1140. 800-296-1140. That's 800-296-1140. Paid for by the Detox Treatment Helpline.
After going a lap down in stage number 1, Ross Chastain is the man on the move, already up 10 spots. He is now in the top 20. Today's broadcast sponsored in part by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. 64 laps to go in Cheddar's stage number 2 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, this is Brett McMillan. Join me each week for the True Reporters Roundtable, known as the Pit Reporters.
This is not what we're used to and accustomed to seeing. That, I think, with a backdrop, is why a lot of fans are a bit sour on Denny.
He still wants to play that role that now Denny has taken on, but him and the A-car haven't had the same success. You can't be the villain, and it doesn't really work as well if you're not winning, and Denny Hamlin is doing just that.
Check us out each week on the Performance Racing Network.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk heart to heart. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
With 60 laps to go in Stage 2 of the South Point 400, Kyle Larson has creeped away from William Byron by 1.2 seconds. Byron, though, is getting plenty of pressure right now from Chase Briscoe.
Briscoe pulls right to the back bumper, about a car length behind. Byron runs the bottom of the racetrack. Briscoe goes up top, trying to build that momentum. And that Dayglow Orange Bass Pro Shop Toyota pulls within a car length of William Byron.
That's where they'll race under the big flag in the Nellis straightaway. Briscoe 2 car lengths back now. He likes the middle of the racetrack down here in 3 and 4. Behind him, quite a ways back, is the guy that's running in the 4th spot, Denny Hamlin.
All of these cars will still have to pit in stage number 2. Chase Briscoe 2 car lengths behind William Byron. A little bit behind them, Tyler Reddick runs in 5th. Chase Elliott's trying to catch him.
Yep, Tyler Reddick is on the move. He runs the inside of the racetrack. Chase Elliott trying to track him down in that white Napa machine, about 5 or 6 car lengths behind. Chase keeps it up against the outside wall down the back straightaway.
Right behind them is a good battle. Here comes Ty Gibbs working on Bubba Wallace. They're door-to-door sideways into the turn number 3. Now Wallace goes way up the racetrack, almost next to the wall. He'll give that spot to Ty Gibbs now.
Ty Gibbs slides up the racetrack in front of Wallace, put him 7th. Wallace is 8th. Trying to close in right now, Joey Logano 9th, 10th, SVG.
Good battle back into turn number 1. Ty Gibbs holds that spot over Bubba Wallace and secures the inside line to try to seal off the momentum for Bubba Wallace. Wallace gets back in line down the back straightaway.
Joey Logano gets a good view of that, I should say, as he's trying to close in on the 2 we're just talking about, Wallace and Gibbs. Logano takes his Ford down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make up some ground.
If you're just joining us, Ryan Blaney's made an early exit from this race. He crashed before the end of stage number 1 with a tire that went down. The rest of the playoffs drivers, Nick, all in the top 11.
All looking very, very good. Evenly separated by about 5 or 6 car lengths with some of the front runners. Kyle Larson, the race leader. Pat, he's already back in 3.
Yeah, Larson midway through 3 and 4 right now, a long way back where Willie B just entered the corner. There's Briscoe and Hamlin. Reddick is going up to the high side. We like to call it the Larson lane, trying to make up some ground.
Bubba Wallace is 8th now as Joey Logano closes in. Logano peeks to the inside at the exit of turn 4. Can't get it done. Follows Wallace's tire tracks back to 1.
Yeah, Joey hasn't necessarily shown the pace early on of some of those Toyotas and Chevrolets up front, but he is lingering here inside the top 10. Next car he's tracking down is Bubba Wallace, about 2 car lengths back behind into 3.
Every time I come to Las Vegas, Joey Logano finds a way to be in the mix at the end of it, and we're not at the end of it yet. Here's Logano going around Bubba, or going to Bubba Wallace off of 4.
Battle for the A spot is what we're talking about here. Joey Logano struggled in practice, qualified in the top 10. He's trying to work his way back up into 1.
Tracking down Bubba Wallace into that first corner. Going to stay right in the tire tracks. They'll both run the middle of the racetrack. Logano's car, he lost the arrow through turns 1 and 2. Drifted up the racetrack, but he'll keep pace with Bubba down the back straightaway.
2 car lengths, make it 3 now that Logano's behind Bubba Wallace. Meanwhile, up front, Denny Hamlin beginning to close in on Briscoe, and Tyler Reddick with a heck of a run off 4.
With Logano running 9th, let's get an update on his car from Wendy Venturini.
Yeah, Joey Logano has just worked his way into the top 10. He said it's okay when he fires off. Really close, and the final words that Joey Logano said on the radio, which kind of made me chuckle, it's good enough to hang. Joey Logano hanging in that top 10.
Tyler Reddick took away the 4 spot from his boss, Denny Hamlin, but Joey Logano continues to be on the move, Pat.
He got the position from Bubba Wallace. Now he's going to work his way up to Ty Gibbs in that red and white number 54.
Logano drifts up the racetrack in front of Wallace. Now Wallace goes to the inside of Logano. He'll try to take the spot back as they climb the banking in 1.
Yeah, good fight back for Bubba Wallace. Gets to the inside of Joey Logano. They leave plenty of room between the two of them, but they'll stay side by side, glued together at the exit of turn 2.
Meanwhile, up here in turn 3, Tyler Reddick's got him a hot rod this afternoon. He's rim riding up at the top of the racetrack, trying to take away that spot from Chase Briscoe.
That is the third spot. Tyler Reddick definitely moving forward. Denny Hamlin was trying the same thing on the top side of the racetrack. He's got a long way to go, though, before he can catch Briscoe.
Yeah, I know Tyler Reddick hasn't won a race this year, but that car looks really, really good, and he's passing some fast race cars. First getting around Elliott, then Hamlin, and then, as you pointed out, Pat, a really nice pass to Chase Briscoe.
Well, you can bet the spotter to William Byron right now has got the button down and saying, hey, man, the 45 is coming, and he is. Back up at the top of the racetrack again. Here comes Reddick trying to run down William Byron.
So it looks like Logano will get that spot, so move him up into the 8th position. Kyle Larson across the stripe, 51 to go here in stage number 2. He leads William Byron by 1.8 seconds, Tyler Reddick by 3.7. Then it's Chase Briscoe 4th, 5th Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott 6th, 7th Ty Gibbs, 8th Joey Logano, then Bubba Wallace 9th, Shane Van Gisbergen in 10th.
Christopher Bell, the last among the playoffs contenders, still running on the track. He is 11th right now. 12th is Carson Hocevar. 13th, Chris Buescher. Noah Gragson, 14th. 15th, Ryan Preece. Brad Keselowski, 16th. Austin Dillon, 17th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 18th. Daniel Suarez, 19th. Kyle Busch in 20th.
John Hunter Nemechek, 21st. And now, before we finish the rundown, we have some top cars hitting the pit lane. Christopher Bell is coming on to pit lane. So was Chris Buescher. These cars on the lead lap. Let's go down to Wendy Venturini.
Lap 115, we see one of our first takers on pit road. Christopher Bell comes to a stop. All that debris comes out of the front nose. Tire changers work their way around to the left-hand side. He said it feels tighter for sure. Christopher Bell gets the thumbs up from the team. He is down and away.
All right, thank you very much. Now, we saw earlier in the race, Mark, that if you came in early, it was going to benefit you on the racetrack. Christopher Bell opened it up. We see Shane Van Gisbergen, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece, Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, also Austin Cindric on pit road. Things are getting busy. This all happening with 49 to go in stage 2, Wendy Venturini.
Shane Van Gisbergen comes to a stop. It's going to be 4 tires for him. He said he was a little bit tight in that second, especially in turns 1 and 2. Slight air pressure adjustment for Shane Van Gisbergen. Brett McMillan.
Austin Cindric finished his service. 4 tires. He came in a little bit cockeyed, but no problem for Zane Smith trying to get out. He also got himself a 4-tire change.
All right, thank you very much. So far, Christopher Bell among the playoffs drivers, the only one to come in. Mark Short pitting could be the exact strategy that Adam Stevens needs. Everyone has to pit in this stage.
Here now is Reddick along with Hamlin, Chase Elliott. Let's go to Wendy Venturini.
Ross Chastain is down pit road right now. He was tight everywhere trying to get back on the throttle. Started to come to him. He's worked his way from 1 lap down. Brett McMillan.
Chase Elliott's in. He said the car was just a little bit loose. He gets the 4-tire change. Oh, he almost hits A.J. Allmendinger on the way out. But they avoid contact. Allmendinger comes into a stop in his pit stall. Wendy Venturini.
That's Tyler Reddick. You hear squealing away for 4 tires and fuel for Tyler Reddick. He was a little bit tight, but he feels a lot better on this last run on the way his car handled. Brett McMillan.
William Byron's come in. He avoids A.J. Allmendinger on his way in. He's getting a 4-tire change around to the left side of that car. He also is a little bit loose. He gets an air pressure adjustment. He comes to us in front stall ends. And he has an 10-second stop. Wendy Venturini.
Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, both on pit road. For Chase Briscoe, he thought he had damage on that right side from early on, but he felt like his car is solid. Joey Logano on pit road needs overall grip for him. 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. Heather DeVoe.
Daniel's counting down Kyle Larson into his stall. He said he was losing the right front during that run, so they're going to do 4 tires, 1 can of Sunoco fuel, and a small chassis adjustment for Kyle Larson.
Chase Elliott, uncontrolled tire. He is going to have to, under green, make a pass through pit road. That is going to cost him big time here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Mark.
Chase Elliott now on the binders, coming onto pit road, slowing down to 45 miles per hour for this pass through. It will definitely cost him a lap here at Las Vegas.
All right, so Bubba Wallace right now has assumed the lead. We still have some drivers who have not yet come down pit road waiting on Bubba Wallace. Carson Hocevar, they last pitted on lap 74. Also Noah Gragson last pitted on 83, as did Todd Gilliland and Cole Custer. So we're waiting on things to cycle, Wendy Venturini.
moments ago on pit road, Denny Hamlin came down. Now, he thought he had a soft tire when he got into contact of the 9 with Chase Elliott, but that tire held up, so he was good to go there. 4 fresh tires this time around. He said if he slows down the entry for Denny Hamlin, it was getting a little bit free for him. They made a right rear wedge adjustment for Denny Hamlin. Brett McMillan.
I've had a chance to look at the replay of Elliott's pit stop, and indeed there was one of the tires just did a slow roll, just a little bit forward, and it went across the line and into the pit stall of Todd Gilliland. So that is an uncontrolled tire, so he has served the penalty.
So Chase Elliott's going to cycle a lap down. Right now he's in front of teammate William Byron, behind Tyler Reddick, but he is not about to be on the same lap as William Byron when Byron gets by him, Mark.
And I think Larson is just up ahead of that group after his pit stop. So far, though, Bubba Wallace, Carson Hocevar, they've gone long, and they stay on the racetrack. We've got 42 laps to go in Stage 2. When we come back, we'll give you a leaderboard, unwind what has happened here after this set of green flag pit stops.
At Napa, we've spent the last 100 years building our business into an engine that powers yours. Whether you're big or small, national or local, Napa has the automotive solutions your business needs to stay moving. And it's all driven by a nationwide network of quality parts and exceptional service on one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead. That's why we are the pros that know.
The Earnhardt family has always trusted Bass Pro Shops for all their outdoor needs, and I continue to be a proud customer. I grew up shopping here, and now I love bringing my family here to gear up for all our adventures together. And now, Bass Pro Shops Club members enjoy special savings and earn points towards free gear, which is rewarding when buying what you need for your next adventure. Spending time outdoors with the ones you love, sharing memories and making new ones, that's an Earnhardt family tradition that I'm proud to carry on.
Bubba Wallace has come down pit road, still waiting for Cole Custer, who is technically the leader of the South Point 400. Once he comes down pit road, which he'll do this time by, Kyle Larson will resume the lead. Tyler Reddick, William Byron will round out the top 3. Head over to echopark.com/speedway and enter for a chance to win a Toyota Tundra plus a brand new Thor camper. Visit echopark.com/speedway now to drive off a winner. From Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, I'm PRN's Alexis Eric. Want to listen to PRN anywhere you go? By downloading the PRN mobile app, you can listen to live race broadcasts and have on-demand access to your favorite shows like Fast Talk, Pit Reporters, Garage Pass, and PRN's At the Track. Download today to make sure you don't miss any of the action. Get the latest racing information at your fingertips with the PRN mobile app, available on Apple App Store and Google Play. Find more information at goprn.com.
In Iraq, our truck hit a roadside bomb. I had about 16 surgeries on my hand so that I could regain function. And when I came home, I needed a new roof due to a storm. And I was about to lose homeowners insurance as well. I applied for Operation Homefront Critical Financial Assistance Program. And it's good to know that when we come home, there are people who are there that care about us. Operation Homefront, they've really been a blessing.
Kyle Larson, the leader, with 36 laps to go in stage number 2 of the South Point 400. We talked how important it was for a playoff driver to win this race, move on to the championship for Phoenix. Don't forget about the other guys. They have something to fight for as well. Tyler Reddick currently running in second. Been 34 races since his last victory. He is hungry to grab a checkered flag.
Only a half second behind Kyle Larson. Let's give you a leaderboard update with 36 to go in Cheddar's stage number 2. In fact, this Cheddar's leaderboard update brought to you by Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen, your place for American classics like slow smoked, fall off the plate, baby back ribs, and bourbon glazed salmon, all at prices that won't break the bank. And don't forget the honey butter croissants. Cheddar's, get a lot for not a lot.
Just got hungry all of a sudden. Kyle Larson is your leader. Tyler Reddick second. Third, William Byron. Denny Hamlin fourth. Fifth is Chase Briscoe. Ty Gibbs continues his strong run. He's currently sixth. 7th, Christopher Bell. Shane Van Gisbergen now is eased up to 8th. 9th, Joey Logano. Chris Buescher is 10th.
Austin Dillon having a great run in 11th. 12th is Alex Bowman. Carson Hocevar 13th. 14th, Brad Keselowski. Kyle Busch is 15th. 16th, Daniel Suarez. Noah Gragson is 17th. Running in 18th right now, A.J. Allmendinger. John Hunter Nemechek 19th. Zane Smith rounds out the top 20.
21st is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ross Chastain 22nd. Austin Cindric is 23rd. Eric Jones 24th. 25th is Riley Herbst. Josh Berry 26th. 27th, Ty Dillon. Michael McDowell 28th. 29th, Todd Gilliland. And now we're scoring Chase Elliott, the first car one lap down in 30th.
Chase Elliott might actually try and unlap himself, but there's a battle for the lead right up in front of him, Nick.
It is Tyler Reddick putting the pressure on Kyle Larson, who's having a really tough time trying to get through lap traffic. Reddick's closed it down to within a car length, Pat, headed to 3.
Yeah, Reddick doing everything he can right now to hang on as the leader goes underneath Noah Gragson. Talking about Kyle Larson, he paints the white line down at the bottom. Reddick goes up high. Chase Elliott is right underneath him now. I'm talking about Reddick.
Chase Elliott's trying to unlap himself. He tucks in behind Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick will follow the lap car of Ty Dillon into 1 as he tries to catch Larson.
Larson got around Dillon. Now Reddick will go to work. Dillon's car washes way up the racetrack. That allows not only Reddick to get by, but Chase Elliott, he'll try to make quick work of him as well down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Dillon goes out to the outside of the wall there. Elliott goes to the bottom of the racetrack to try to hold on to that smooth. Meanwhile, up front, it's Tyler Reddick, rim riding up to the top, trying to get the momentum to catch the leader.
He has closed in on Kyle Larson as they cross the stripe. 31 to go in Cheddar's stage number 2. He has caught Larson now in 1.
He caught him in a hurry, Mark Garrow. Got right to the back bumper, and now he's going to go even higher than Kyle Larson, who's already running just about a groove off the middle of the racetrack. They'll dice it up down the back straightaway.
Yeah, driver number 5 might have mirror drive him just a little bit down in that corner. This time, once again, Reddick goes right up next to the wall. He'll try to get the momentum off of the corner to catch the leader.
Chase Elliott in a conundrum. He wants to unlap himself, but to do so, he's going to have to get into the middle of a battle with teammate and race leader Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick that goes back to 1.
Kyle Larson cut his teeth running sprint cars. Tyler Reddick also on dirt, running dirt late model. So no surprise, Pat, that they've put it on the top shelf and are letting it rip here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, up front, once again, Larson's got the spot by half a car length. Reddick is right there trying to make something happen. Chase Elliott goes to the bottom of the racetrack. He's in between Larson and William Byron, still trying to unlap himself.
Larson hugging the white line. Now he moves up the racetrack. Reddick up on top. He gets blocked. They now ride in the tire tracks of each other into turn number 1.
Larson gives about a groove and a half to the top side of the racetrack for Reddick to work with. Reddick, though, simply couldn't build up the momentum. They stay about a car length behind each other out of 1.
Call it 1 car length, as Nick just said, into turn 3 now. Here goes, once again, Reddick upstairs. He's committed to try to find the momentum he needs at the top side of the racetrack, all 4.
Tyler Reddick making that Toyota Camry work on the top side of the racetrack. He tries to dive down for momentum, but Larson got a great exit off of turn number 4.
Kyle Larson just continues to run the perfect line that makes it very, very difficult to pass. Now the two of them go down the bottom of the racetrack. Larson by about 3 car lengths over Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, Larson works down the Nellis straightaway once again, trying to elude Reddick. Reddick going back up top side of the racetrack. Down at the bottom of the racetrack is the lap car of Chase Elliott. Behind Elliott is William Byron.
Byron now closing in on Elliott. Elliott closing in on Reddick. Remember, he's down a lap in that Napa Chevy, trying to scramble back to the lead lap. They're back in 1.
And again, more lap traffic to deal with here momentarily. You've got Todd Gilliland ahead of our race leader, as well as Michael McDowell and the spring winner, Josh Berry. Kyle Larson starting to catch them, Pat, down the backstretch.
Reddick might have used his stuff up a little bit here once again, as he doesn't have the momentum that he had before as he tries to catch the leader again, right in the middle of turn number 3 and 4.
Chase Elliott back on the move. He is the first car 1 lap down, but what worries him now is what's in front of teammate and race leader Kyle Larson. More lap traffic as we head now to 26 to go in stage number 2.
So you're a Toyota Cup driver and you just made it to the playoffs. Now all you have to do is win. Easy. Just turn left, right? That, and start strong, take off, reach 200 miles per hour, maintain a good position, no big deal, lap again, time your pit stops, steer clear of accidents, talk to your crew chief like your best friend, and most importantly, turn left. Easy, right? You in? Get up to speed at tgrna.com. Toyota, let's go places. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, LLC.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, underage sale prohibited. Introducing Zone nicotine pouches, the perfect balance of unparalleled comfort, longer-lasting flavor, and nicotine that satisfies. Whether you're zoning in during the race or zoning out after a tough day at work, Zone gets you there faster and keeps you there longer. Available in 7 flavors and in 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Find Zone at zonepouches.com and retailers near you. Own your Zone with Zone nicotine pouches.
Chase Elliott, running 1 lap down, has passed second place Tyler Reddick. He'll now go after teammate Kyle Larson and unlap himself the natural way. Got a little ways to go before he can do that. In fact, 24 to go in Cheddar's stage number 2. From Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Get your NASCAR fix with PRN's Garage Pass.
It's hard to just turn it around in 1 week, but I wouldn't be shocked if we did.
I don't think the results have been what we have hoped for or expected, but I think the potential in the cars and the speed has been pretty good.
It's a big deal already, so that's a big positive for us. So I think now it's just about working together and getting better.
I think the Penske cars are still elite when it comes to plate racing.
Hi, I'm Mark Garrow, tracking the latest racing news every weekday.
We all play a role in keeping our community safe.
Every day, we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life.
It's when something doesn't seem quite right
that it's time to pay attention.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Josh Berry, the spring winner, has gone down a lap. He is currently being scored in 29th. Todd Gilliland next on the hit list. Then it's Michael McDowell.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Gilliland has now been lapped, so we have 26 cars on the lead lap right now. Right there on the edge of it, Michael McDowell in 26.
Mark, about every time Kyle Larson laps a car, Chase Elliott comes in right behind to try and remain the first car 1 lap down. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to unlap himself, Chase Elliott, the natural way. The one thing he has to do here in the next 19 laps is try and stay right on the back bumper of Kyle Larson, and every time Larson puts a car a lap down, Elliott's going to have to pass him so he can get the free pass and cycle back.
He's got to be able to kind of leapfrog his way up to the back bumper of Kyle Larson. If he gets the chance to pass him, he will. They're on the Nellis back straightaway right now. Again, Larson has got him around Gilliland. He's now got McDowell up ahead. And again, Chase Elliott trying to track down Gilliland now to become the first car 1 lap down.
So as we come off of turn number 4, Kyle Larson leads the South Point 400. Second is Tyler Reddick, but looming in the background in third is William Byron, Nick.
Byron has creeped his way into the picture. There's no doubt, Brad Gilly, and he has closed that disadvantage to Tyler Reddick to about 4 or 5 car lengths as Byron running the top side of the racetrack.
And watching Larson right now with his hands full, he's got a bunch of cars in front of him that he's going to have to maneuver around. This may give Chase Elliott a little chance to creep a little closer to the 5-all-4.
17 laps to go in Cheddar's stage number 2. John Hunter Nemechek. Michael McDowell trying to hold on to the lead lap. Here comes Kyle Larson.
Yeah, 2 lap cars going side by side right in front of our race leader. That can't be a very comfortable situation for Kyle Larson. Larson gets around Nemechek. Now he'll try to chase down McDowell.
Larson gets around this place really good. Got his first Cup win here. Here he goes to the bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4. He's going to go to the middle of the racetrack this time and try to work around Nemechek to go up and catch Hocevar.
Kyle Larson, a nice cushion between him and second place running Tyler Reddick. They come across the start-finish line, 16 to go in stage number 2.
I'm really interested to see how this lap traffic stacks up Tyler Reddick, and does it give William Byron an opportunity to maybe wrestle away the second spot. Reddick sees a lot of traffic right in front of him, Pat, off of turn 2.
Yeah, that's hurting Chase Elliott right now because Reddick now has gotten an opportunity to get right back to the number 9 bumper. They go down to the bottom of the racetrack. That also gives Larson a chance to get a little further ahead off the corner.
Chase Elliott has passed John Hunter Nemechek. Quick personal note, John Hunter gave me a pace lap ride today. I was certainly very thankful of that. He's in trouble, though, as he falls back a little farther in one.
Yep, he is keeping that car high, though, Mark. The car ill-handling, doing a good job. Sportsmanlike move, staying out of the way of the race leaders. Tyler Reddick got around him. Looks like William Byron will do the same, Pat, down the backstretch.
Here comes Elliott, again, trying to hold on to that distance between he and the leader, Kyle Larson. Larson just now exiting the corner. Now here comes Elliott.
One car between Chase Elliott and being the first car one lap down. Lost a lot of momentum trying to drive up to the back of Todd Gilliland. Now Tyler Reddick is going to try and pin down Chase Elliott.
Reddick gets right to the left rear quarter panel of Chase Elliott. Elliott stays to the top side, and that was a pretty easy pass for Tyler Reddick as he gets around Chase Elliott. Elliott now will see his teammate William Byron start to close.
Big in his mirror, as we like to say, and that's exactly where William Byron is. He goes down to the bottom of the racetrack, right where Chase Elliott is. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin not too far behind this fight.
So Larson across the stripe. 13 laps to go in stage number 2. He's got the lap car of Todd Gilliland separating him from second place Tyler Reddick.
Gilliland runs the bottom or the middle of the racetrack. He is that one car in between our race leader Kyle Larson. Larson, though, still with a lot of lap traffic to navigate his way through, Pat, as they dive into 3.
Once again, here comes Kyle Larson, pulls on the steering wheel right down to the white line in the middle of 3 and 4, back up on the throttle, and he's going to catch Austin Cindric here in just a second.
Reason why we talked about Chase Elliott being a lap down under green flag pit stops, they had an uncontrolled tire. Now Chase Elliott has teammate William Byron on his back bumper.
They'll dive into turn number 1, and William Byron will look to the outside to try to get around Chase Elliott. Not sure if Elliott's just kind of reserved to the fact that this stage is going to end with him a lap down, but he is not catching the front 2, Pat, in the 3.
Got to believe that teammates don't mean a whole lot when you get this close to the championship trophy. Everybody's kind of in a conundrum there, running amongst themselves, all 4.
So here's the problem now for Chase Elliott. Now Austin Cindric's down a lap. So is Todd Gilliland. Somehow, Elliott's got to track them down in the closing laps of this stage to get in position for the free pass. Elliott's in 2.
And he's running out of time because the sand winding out of the hourglass here in stage number 2. He looks ahead and sees Reddick trying to get around Gilliland down to turn 3.
Here's the leader into turn number 3, bottom of the racetrack, the black and gold number 5 of Kyle Larson. It's a long way back to Reddick there in that second spot.
It'll be 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. Let's give you a rundown brought to you by Napa. Your business is one stop for stopping power. Get the brakes and suspension parts you need right now at Napa.
So we have 10 to go in stage number 2. We've completed 155 of the 267 laps in the South Point 400. Larson the leader, Reddick is second, Byron third, Denny Hamlin fourth, fifth is Chase Briscoe, Ty Gibbs sixth, seventh Christopher Bell, eighth Logano, Shane Van Gisbergen in ninth, Alex Bowman in 10th.
Marcin Hocevar up to 11th now. Brad Keselowski runs in 12th. 13th, Chris Buescher. Noah Gragson runs 14th. 15th is Austin Dillon. 16th, Daniel Suarez. Kyle Busch 17th. 18th is A.J. Allmendinger. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 19th. Ross Chastain back in the top 20.
21st is Zane Smith. Eric Jones 22nd. Riley Herbst 23rd. Michael McDowell 24th, the last car on the lead lap. Austin Cindric is the first car one lap down. Chase Elliott has just got by Todd Gilliland to move him up to 26th and just behind Cindric. Gilliland 27th, 28th John Hunter Nemechek, Josh Berry 29th, 30th Cole Custer.
And Mark, as you were talking about that, Chase Elliott just got a couple of picks, got around Cindric and Gilliland. He is now the first car one lap down as we're winding down stage number 2, 8 laps to go. Kyle Larson, the leader, he has been out front now the most, 65 laps out front for Kyle Larson.
Larson trying to track down Michael McDowell to put him a lap down. Of course, Chase Elliott hoping that doesn't happen in the closing stages here of stage stage number 2. 7 to go. Larson's back in 1.
Certainly seeing that desperation from Chase Elliott. It's good to see. It was a pretty hairy moment when he picked off both Gilliland and Cindric down here in turn number 2. Kyle Larson leads. Big advantage down the back straightaway.
Michael McDowell right in front of Kyle Larson now. He's not going to go easily in terms of being passed. Here's the leader midway through 3 and 4. Once again, McDowell, the next car up.
Kyle Larson, plenty of room between him and second place Tyler Reddick. But again, we're talking about the lap down car of Chase Elliott. He is right now on the back bumper of Tyler Reddick, having fun there in the top 2 running a lap down.
These are the moments that if you win a championship, you look back on it for Chase Elliott. If he's able to rally, get himself back on the lead lap, and he is certainly pushing hard, racing with Tyler Reddick in second in front of him, William Byron in third right behind.
Now Willie B's got to make his mind up how hard he wants to run to the end of this stage right now, because Chase Elliott is not only right in front of him, but maybe passable between here and that green and white flag.
5 to go here in stage number 2. Larson leading, and certainly Chase Elliott hoping he doesn't go up and put a lap on McDowell.
Yeah, Larson's got to find about 6 or 7 car lengths for Michael McDowell. Up ahead of McDowell, a couple cars going side by side. They are also a threat to go a lap down. Larson, though, still big advantage into turn 3.
Here's the leader now, just taking his car up to the top side of the racetrack here in 3 and 4. McDowell, which is the next car up on the hit list, down at the bottom of the racetrack.
Kyle Larson will come across the start-finish line. It'll be 4 laps to go in stage number 2. He enjoys a near 2-second advantage over Tyler Reddick.
Track position has been prime today here at Las Vegas in a race that has been relatively caution-free. Kyle Larson wraps it around turn number 2. Big advantage, still has not tracked down McDowell.
Yeah, he's a long way from McDowell. Don't know if he can get it done in these few laps as we have left. Here's the leader down at the bottom of the racetrack. Front left tire right on the white line as he's got a big lead on Reddick. Reddick going at the bottom of the racetrack as well. Then you've got Chase Elliott in the mix there with William Byron.
3 laps left in stage 2. Kyle Larson trying to hold on for the stage win.
Back into turn number 1. Kyle Larson's car has been planted to the racetrack very fast in that all black and gold colors for Hendrick Motorsports. Kyle Larson down the back straightaway.
Meanwhile, William Byron takes and gets around his teammate Chase Elliott. That moves Elliott back another spot on the racetrack, so to speak. Here's Larson up front. He's 5 cars away from Michael McDowell.
Will Kyle Larson put Michael McDowell a lap down? We're going to find out. 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. That gap, about 5 car lengths.
Oh, he is closing. There is no doubt. Kyle Larson is running right towards Michael McDowell, who keeps that 71 car to the inside. Out of turn number 2, Larson's got about 2 car lengths to find if he wants to get McDowell a lap down.
He's faster than McDowell, but McDowell's got every right to mirror drive him if he wants to. McDowell will go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Larson likes it right in the middle. He's going to get awfully close to getting around him.
So Chase Elliott has his fingers crossed. 1 more lap in this stage. Can Larson put McDowell a lap down? They're in 1.
Chase Elliott's got to be thinking, man, cut me a break. But there's just 4 races left in the season. Nobody's cutting anyone a break. McDowell with about a 3 car length advantage over Larson. Elliott comfortable for now, Pat, down the backstretch.
McDowell's got to take some evasive moves himself now if he wants to stay ahead of lap traffic. Here goes Larson, bottom of the racetrack. He could put the move on McDowell off the corner. Will he, though?
Off of turn number 4, this will end stage number 2. Green and white checkered flag is in the air. Kyle Larson cannot put Michael McDowell a lap down. Larson will win stage number 2. Tyler Reddick comes across the line second, followed by William Byron. Denny Hamlin in 4th. Chase Briscoe 5th. Christopher Bell finishes 6th. Ty Gibbs in 7th. Alex Bowman 8th. Joey Logano 9th. And Carson Hocevar rounds out the top 10.
Chase Elliott in 25th will get the free pass back to the lead lap. That's a big move for Chase Elliott. A second chance in this late stages of the South Point 400.
I would imagine Kyle Larson is most definitely on his Christmas card list right now. Stage 2 presented by Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. Cheddar's is the official restaurant of RCR and the number 8 car. Cheddar's serves home-style comfort food like homemade chicken pot pie, slow-smoked baby back ribs, and hand-breaded chicken tenders at prices that won't break the bank.
Fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
Listen to this. All it needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Kyle Larson has led the most laps so far here in the South Point 400. He is the winner of stage number 2. He was the runner-up in stage 1. Will he be the one who winds up in Progressive Victory Lane? Well, we've got 101 laps still to decide that. Victory Lane, sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com. From Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, this is Brett McMillan. The opinions fly fast and furious each week on the Pit Reporters.
Every other major league sport has a playoff system, so I think the playoff system should stay. I do think there's maybe slight middle ground where there could be some changes that are made.
I do remember seasons where this championship had been decided well before the last few races, so it just isn't quite the same vibe that we have now.
Join us each week for the Pit Reporters.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
That stage win for Kyle Larson, his 10th on the season. Now one more than Ryan Blaney, 2 more than teammate William Byron. He hits the pit lane. Let's go to Brett McMillan.
And William Byron says the car is just a little bit tight. He wants to be freed up some, so they're going to give him an air pressure adjustment. Ty Gibbs super happy with his car. He's going to get a 4-tire change, no adjustments. They're talking to him about wanting to arc the corner just a little bit more. Heather DeBow.
Alex Bowman comes in that 8th position. He said his car is lazy turning in the corner and the nose gets up in air and never comes down, so adjustments for him. Your stage 2 winner, Kyle Larson, said that he's not bad in clean air, tight in traffic, but when he can get where he wants to run, he's good. Whitney Venturini.
Tyler Reddick said it was not as much on the loose migration. For him, he's running second, 4 tires fuel. Denny Hamlin on pit road. He said the rear is definitely more in the racetrack. The adjustments helped Denny Hamlin, but it was starting to get a little bit free, but he did not want to make the car any tighter. And Chase Briscoe, running in the 5th position, was lacking right rear grip. They made some adjustments for him, 4 tires and Sunoco fuel.
So in the battle off of the pit lane, it looks like it's going to be Larson, followed by Reddick, then Hamlin, Briscoe, Byron. That's the first 5, and right behind them, Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, and Shane Van Gisbergen.
Tyler Reddick heads to that front stretch chicane. This will be his 6th stage victory of the year, a very important one.
This is Tyler Reddick, driver the number 45 for 2311 Racing. NASCAR Network Radio drives business.
We work hard to keep our cars looking great on the outside, but engine components need our attention too. That's where you can trust Z-Max Micro Lubricant to disperse carbon buildup in your engine and fuel system, to keep your car or truck running at its peak. By soaking into the metal of your engine, Z-Max Micro Lubricant improves performance, extends engine life, and reduces emissions. Trust the many customers who've said, "Thanks for saving my engine." Find out more at zmax.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
WeatherGuard says thank you to today's safety and ops crews that keep the track running like a well-oiled machine. This year's crew is once again sponsored by WeatherGuard Truck and Van Equipment. WeatherGuard, established in 1968. Prove it every day. Learn more at weatherguard.com.
When we return to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the green flag will fly for the 3rd and final stage of the South Point 400. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, this is Doug Rice at PRN. Join me every Monday night for another great episode of Fast Talk.
I watched the race on TV, and they wanted to give him the mantle of greatest of all time, and he's won 4 races in a row. And so I can't do that yet. But I do think what we're watching is a guy who's changing the sport. He's changing the way the other drivers approach road racing. He's making them study. He's making them up their game.
That's Fast Talk right here on the Performance Racing Network.
Local radio brings people together like never before.
It's a beautiful hometown weekend out there. We've got
Your local stations keep you informed and involved with music, talk shows, and real-time news updates you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters, connecting you to what matters most. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress to support your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
About to start the final stage of this race, but now let's go to the top of the box with Weather Guard Truck Boxes. Wendy Venturini.
I'm with Tyler Reddick's crew chief, Billy Scott. Billy, making these adjustments, I know keeping up with the race car is a lot on your hands. How much has the track changed, and what has Tyler Reddick told you?
It's been very subtle for us, just bouncing on both sides of tight and loose with really minor to no adjustments. So, yeah, I think a little of it is keeping up with the track, and a little of it's keeping up with the track position. You know, we have a lot cleaner air after a green flag stop, and now we've maintained our second place spot up here, so hopefully we can work on it at the front of the pack.
Still a lot of racing to go. What are your expectations of what could happen?
Yeah, there is certainly a lot, and we haven't had many natural yellows, so we'll just have to see how this plays out.
That's Billy Scott, crew chief for Tyler Reddick.
Thank you, Wendy. For over half a century, pros have relied on Weather Guard to protect their gear. A Weather Guard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Weather Guard, established 1968, proven every day. Learn more at weatherguard.com. Heather DeBow.
And in listening in on the conversation between Cliff Daniels and our Stage 2 winner, Kyle Larson, he told him that with adjustments, he said, I've not necessarily been too soft with adjustments, but we can definitely be more aggressive for you there. And as Kyle said, he was good in clean air, wasn't bad, tight in traffic, so that tight condition they're going to continue to work on. But Cliff Daniels also looked at the tires before he went back up on the box. He said he looked really similar to the last run on these tires, although they did have one small cord on the right front, but nothing to be of major concern.
So pace car driver Jesse Dolivut has turned off the lights on that Toyota GR Supra pace car. That means 1 lap to go before we go back to green flag racing.
Let's give you a leaderboard update brought to you by Bass Pro Shops, voted America's best outdoor retailer. Your adventure starts here.
Kyle Larson the leader, Tyler Reddick second, Denny Hamlin third, Chase Briscoe fourth, fifth William Byron, Ty Gibbs sixth, 7th, Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman 8th, 9th, Shane Van Gisbergen, 10th, Brad Keselowski.
Carson Hocevar 11th, 12th is Chris Buescher, Austin Dillon 13th, Kyle Busch 14th, 15th, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano 16th, 17th, Riley Herb, Zane Smith is 18th, 19th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 20th, Noah Gragson.
Michael McDowell 21st, 22nd, A.J. Allmendinger, Eric Jones 23rd, Chase Elliott on the lead lap in 24th, 25th, Daniel Suarez, the last driver scored on the lead lap. -1, Todd Gilliland in 26th, then 27th, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Preece 28th, 29th, Austin Cindric, Cole Custer 30th.
If you're just joining us, Ryan Blaney out of the race. He'll finish 38th after having a tire go down before the end of stage number 1. We're about to get in the final stage here. It's time to get aggressive in the South Point 400. Mark Field in tow behind the Toyota GR Supra pace car. They're about to hit the Echo Park Automotive restart zone.
That pace car hits pit road into the Echo Park Automotive restart zone. Every car happy owner, Echo Park Automotive. Kyle Larson leads them in. Green flag is out. He gets a push from Denny Hamlin, but Reddick will try to hang on his outside door in turn 1.
Problem is Reddick's all by himself as Chase Briscoe did not get a good launch from the 4th position. So Larson easily takes the lead, and it looks like Denny Hamlin's going to nose ahead of Tyler Reddick out of turn 2.
4
wide off of turn number 2. The battle down the backstretch. Larson out front. He's being challenged from the outside. Denny Hamlin is going to try to move around him off the corner. Can he get it done?
Denny Hamlin on the top side. He's on the outside of Kyle Larson. They nearly touch coming to the start-finish line. Give the edge that lap to Larson, but barely. Tyler Reddick will chase that battle into one.
Reddick will not help his boss. He's going to pass Denny Hamlin. Now he's going to go top shelf and try to get around Kyle Larson. What a run for Tyler Reddick as he's right in the tire tracks down the backstretch.
Larson shuts the door on Reddick. Reddick latches onto the bumper. 3 wide now behind him for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. It's Bell in the middle. Byron down at the bottom, and Hamlin smartly gets out of the middle of it.
Byron a bit of a wiggle out of turn 4. He stays on the inside. Bell and Hamlin on the top trying to draft their way past Byron.
Boy, you have had to get what you can get on these restarts, and that's why William Byron diced it up and made it 3 wide. Up front, Reddick's got to get another good charge on Kyle Larson. There nose to tail, midway point of the backstretch.
Reddick once again looks and tries to find a way around Larson. Larson knows exactly where he wants to go. Reddick goes a lane higher now off of the corner. Larson out in front.
Just behind them, William Byron clears Denny Hamlin for that 4th spot, but let's follow this lead once again. A car length and a half for Kyle Larson over Reddick.
Back into turn number 1. It stays at about a car length. Reddick closes to about a half a car length. He is running, not the middle groove, about 3/4 of the way up. Larson married to the bottom. They stay a car length apart.
I'm not sure the fastest car in that group isn't Christopher Bell. Bell now trying to close down in that 3rd spot. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Reddick has got to go to the top. Here's Larson off the corner.
Larson moves up the racetrack to block the advance of Tyler Reddick. Bell closing in on Reddick as Byron closes in on Bell.
So wide and opportunities are plentiful at Las Vegas to move around the racetrack, but all these cars are so lightning quick, nobody able to make any ground. It's still Larson, Reddick, Bell, and Byron off of 2.
Here comes the leader down the Nellis straightaway under the big American flag into the corner. Larson will go to the bottom of the racetrack this time. He'll hold that spot. Reddick shows him the nose on the outside. Can't make a move off the corner.
If Reddick's going to make it happen, he's going to have to make it soon. Looming large in his rear view is Christopher Bell. Reddick now right on the back bumper of Larson, back to 1.
This is as close as he has been on Kyle Larson's back bumper, down to about a half a car length. And again, Reddick tries to wrap the outside. Now he'll try to slice underneath Kyle Larson. Christopher Bell, best view of this battle for the race lead.
William Byron in that 4th spot's glad to see these guys running like they're running. Now he is right to Bell's bumper. He's in the 4th position. Would like to take the position away from Bell. Can't do it. Bell looks underneath Reddick now.
Kyle Larson may be the leader, but he's creating a traffic jam up front. Reddick now in the 2nd spot. Byron now drives to the inside of Bell.
William Byron just kicked open the door and ripped that 3rd spot away from Christopher Bell. Now Denny Hamlin's going to try to follow William Byron. He'll have to get in line. Hamlin 5th, right behind Christopher Bell.
There's Larson. Then you got a little bit of a gap back to the 2nd place of Tyler Reddick. Reddick looking at William Byron, and here's Mira. Here goes Bell to the bottom of the racetrack to take that spot away from Willie B. Can't do it.
It's a big accordion in the top 5. Now William Byron once again gets a great run off of turn number 4. He'll draw to the inside of Tyler Reddick for 2nd.
Boy, this is impressive stuff from William Byron. First getting by Christopher Bell. Now he crowds Tyler Reddick up the racetrack. They run door to door, not giving each other an inch off of turn 2.
Reddick is not giving that spot away to William Byron. They're going to go door to door into turn number 3. Chris Bell is right there. Denny Hamlin is all over this as well. Here we come. They have about 4 car lengths separate 1st and 2nd.
That's also dragging Chase Briscoe and Ty Gibbs into the battle for the lead. Larson has it. Then it's Byron, Reddick, Hamlin now underneath Bell to grab 4th.
So now that Byron has picked off a few of these Toyotas, he can go to work on his teammate Kyle Larson. He's got to find about 2 car lengths. As Larson shoots his way out of turn number 2, it's about a 3 car length advantage.
So it's Kyle Larson midway down the backstretch. Then there's William Byron, half a car length back to Tyler Reddick. Reddick going up to the top side of the racetrack. Denny Hamlin trying to hold off Chris Bell for that 4th spot. And then there's Briscoe and Ty Gibbs.
Kyle Larson led stage number 2, but William Byron might be his biggest challenger. Although on the back bumper of William Byron, Tyler Reddick wants 2nd again.
Yeah, Reddick looks high and now goes even higher to try to get around William Byron. Byron moves up, seals off that line. Byron holds on to the 2nd position.
Yeah, once again, the distance between 1st and 2nd, call it 3 car lengths, another 2 car lengths back from 2nd to 3rd. Here they go into the 3rd corner. Larson down at the very bottom of the racetrack. This time Willie B goes way up the top side of the racetrack.
Apparently Chase Briscoe made contact with the safer barrier. He said he felt a vibration. His crew chief, though, said everything's fine. He remains on the track and with the lead pack.
Got a 7-car breakaway at the front of the field. Kyle Larson by a car length length over William Byron. Then it's Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell giving chase.
Kyle Larson is not driving away from this group. As you just mentioned, Nick, 7 cars up here, then there's a big gap. Here goes William Byron to the top side of the racetrack, trying once again to find some grip up here to fight the leader, but Tyler Reddick is right there.
As the accordion squeezes and stretches, Denny Hamlin drove to the back bumper of Tyler Reddick, then backed off. It almost shot Reddick toward the back bumper of William Byron in second.
Reminds me of a rubber band, Brad. You stretch it out and then immediately it snaps back and these drivers end up all over each other. Larson, a little bit of breathing room this time. Best battle, Pat, may be for third.
Everybody keeps looking for a better way through 3 and 4 to maybe make up some distance on Larson. Larson covers it each and every time. Here's William Byron right behind the leader off the corner off 4.
Again, Reddick shoots the top of the racetrack. Hamlin almost got to his inside, can't do it. They remain in single file as they go back to 1.
Reddick uses that high line out of turn 4 to get that momentum, pulls right on the back bumper of second place running William Byron. He'll go to the top side of the racetrack, then fall in line. Everybody chasing Kyle Larson.
Again, the separation from first to second, about 5 car lengths now, and only a half a car length between second and third. Reddick goes way up the racetrack, all the way up to the top side. Byron down at the bottom.
Reddick trying to do everything he can to get that second spot from William Byron. While all of this happens, it's allowing Kyle Larson to drive away ever so slightly, 0.3 of a second the advantage.
Pulling away and looking in his rearview mirror and watching William Byron and Tyler Reddick try to go side by side into turn number 1. Byron, though, moving around, blocking Tyler Reddick through the first couple corners.
Now, Larson's car just is solid, man. He's been on the same line about all day today. Once again, just off the bottom of the racetrack here in 3 and 4. The battle rages on again for second off the corner.
Kyle Larson will lead them across the stripe yet again. 81 laps to go in the South Point 400.
This is Kyle Petty for Echo Park Automotive. As you might imagine, I know a thing or two about cars, and I'm here to tell you about a whole new way to buy a car, truck, or SUV. Did you know that Echo Park Automotive has over 95,000 5-star reviews? On top of that, every car that Echo Park Automotive sells goes through a 190-point inspection to make sure that it looks and drives like new, so you leave happy. It's even in their name, Echo Park Automotive. Every car, happy owner. The official used car dealer of Speedway Motorsports.
The Earnhardt family has always trusted Bass Pro Shops for all their outdoor needs, and I continue to be a proud customer. I grew up shopping here, and now I love bringing my family here to gear up for all our adventures together. And now, Bass Pro Shops Club members enjoy special savings and earn points towards free gear, which is rewarding when buying what you need for your next adventure. Spending time outdoors with the ones you love, sharing memories, and making new ones, that's an Earnhardt family tradition that I'm proud to carry on.
Top 5 have broken away with Kyle Larson leading William Byron, but it's a battle into turn 1.
William Byron has gotten right on the back bumper of Kyle Larson, now moved up the racetrack. Larson simply cannot chase away from his teammate down the backstretch.
He knows exactly where his teammate needs to be to pass him, and he stays right in the right lane to take that advantage away. Midway through 3 and 4, here comes Larson off the corner again.
Larson comes out of the corner, down to the line. He remains the leader. Byron right there. Then Reddick, Hamlin, Bell, a tight pack of 5 cars.
It's so impressive. You could make the case that Kyle Larson is the slowest of this 5-car pack at the front of the field, but he is running the perfect line, doing everything he can to hold off Byron. Byron about a car length behind.
Yeah, and Byron keeps him honest each and every lap, and he's not letting him get away. Once again, he's got maybe the best shot he's had now to make a move, as Larson has to go upstairs this time to hold off the advance of William Byron.
This is blocking up the field in that top 5. Tyler Reddick has caught William Byron. Christopher Bell has caught Denny Hamlin behind them. We now have 77 laps to go here in the South Point 400. We owe our local stations a break. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Grab a friend and pack the cooler. Saturday Night Racing returns to North Wilkesboro Speedway October 18th for the ZMAX Cars Tour Championship. See rising stars like Keelan Harvick compete against short track racing's best in season finals for Pro Late Model stock, and the Smart Modified Tour. Party down North Wilkesboro style with the ZMAX Cars Tour Saturday, October 18th. For tickets, visit northwilkesborospeedway.com.
More than 200 members of Congress are standing up for AM radio listeners. The AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act will keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 39179. Tell Congress to pass this critical legislation now.
The message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
When Kyle Larson gets to the line, he will have led 100 laps of the 193 run to date so far in the South Point 400. And with those 100 laps, Larson came in at 971. He goes over 1,000 laps led for the 4th time in his career.
Not too bad at all. Pretty incredible what he's able to do. We actually got a little fight behind him. Chase Briscoe is on the move. He's trying to get around teammate Ty Gibbs midway down the Nellis straightaway.
Yeah, Gibbs not giving him anything, though. Briscoe's going to have to go up into the Larson lane to try to get some momentum to get around the 54. Gibbs has got control of that fight at the moment.
So Gibbs moves up to the 6th spot. Briscoe drops to 7th. Don't look now. Alex Bowman is now moving closer to those 2 cars in one.
We have not talked a lot about Alex Bowman today, but those Hendrick Chevrolets have been fast, and it is only right that Bowman's starting to charge his way towards the front. He is about 2 car lengths behind Chase Briscoe out of 2.
Yeah, the 48 today has got a green paint scheme on it, or a wrap, I should say, and doesn't look like the normal 48. Right now, though, he's got to work hard to catch back up to Briscoe.
72 laps to go here in the South Point 400. Let's give you a leaderboard update brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, where we love racing and we love pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com or download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app.
Kyle Larson the leader by a half second over William Byron. 1 second back, Tyler Reddick in 3rd. Denny Hamlin is 4th. 5th, Christopher Bell. Ty Gibbs 6th. Chase Briscoe 7th. Alex Bowman 8th. Carson Hocevar 9th, with Chris Buescher in 10th.
Brad Keselowski runs 11th. Kyle Busch is 12th. Austin Dillon 13th. 14th, A.J. Allmendinger. Shane Van Gisbergen 15th. 16th, Joey Logano. Zane Smith 17th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 18th. 19th, Noah Gragson. Chase Elliott, after getting back on the lead lap, has worked his way back up into the top 20.
And that is only an improvement of 3 spots since the restart, so Elliott needs to pick up the pace. Chastain 21st, 22nd, Michael McDowell, 23rd, Daniel Suarez, 24th, Eric Jones, Riley Herbst, 25th, the last car on the lead lap. -1 in 26th, it's Austin Cindric. Ryan Preece is 27th, Justin Haley 28th, John Hunter Nemechek 29th, 30th, Todd Gilliland.
31st is Bubba Wallace. He had a speeding penalty. 32nd, Josh Berry. Cole Custer, 33rd. 34th is Cody Ware. Ty Dillon, 35th. 36th, J.J. Yaley. Catherine Lake, 37th. Out of the race after a solo wreck, a left front tire went down on lap 70. Playoffs contender Ryan Blaney and Mark Garrow. That is a big hit here in the opening race of the round of 8.
Absolutely no question about it. However, if you look at Blaney's career stats, there's some good news there at Talladega and Martinsville.
Well, let's update the points as they run right now. Kyle Larson is the race leader, so as the leader, he's being shown as the point leader. 23 above the cut line, William Byron, plus 21, Denny Hamlin, plus 7 is Christopher Bell.
And then -7, 7 points below the cut line, Chase Briscoe. -28 is going to be Chase Elliott. Then you have Ryan Blaney, -34. Joey Logano still ranked in 8th. Now, though, 38 points below the cut line.
Rough day for Team Penske here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. They're definitely going to have to hope they can make up some ground here on the racetrack with Joey Logano, or wait for Talladega next week.
Joey Logano had a rough time in practice yesterday, was able to pull out a good qualifying lap, but Brad, it seems that their worries about what they had in practice have now come to bear here on this race this afternoon.
Denny Hamlin now drives around Tyler Reddick. He takes away that 3rd spot, but boy, this is a fight. Back to you, Nick.
It's a 3-car Toyota battle for 3rd. It's Denny Hamlin in that 3rd spot. Tyler Reddick running the top side of the racetrack, and Christopher Bell has a nose full of both of them out of turn 2.
You got the boss man, the employee, and the teammate all running 3 together as Hamlin goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. Upstairs goes Tyler Reddick, and he's in danger of losing that spot to Chris Bell.
66 laps to go in this race. Kyle Larson, though, Nick Yeoman beginning to creep away from William Byron.
And Byron doing the same from those 3 Toyotas, so it looking good for Hendrick Motorsports. Starting to catch a little bit of lap traffic. But, man, this battle for third continues to be good. Denny Hamlin has it. Now Christopher Bell moves to the inside. He's going to take fourth away from Reddick.
Yeah, see Bell trying to race him into the corner down into turn 3. Bell likes the bottom. Try to like the top of the racetrack. Tyler's going to try to get the momentum and run back. He'll try to get to the bumper here.
Seabell gets that spot. Now Kyle Larson in lap traffic. And Nick, with that stealth black paint scheme, it's almost hard to see Larson in your section.
Yeah, later into the day, the shadows from the billboards here really start to cast that shadow over all of turns 1 and 2. There's Kyle Larson popping into view. The advantage about 8 car lengths over his teammate William Byron.
And battle for third all settled out there with Hamlin moving up in front of Reddick. And back there is Tyler Reddick. Here comes the leader once again off the corner.
With 64 laps to go in the South Point 400, Kyle Larson remains the leader over William Byron.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Peter. He loves his motorcycle. What he doesn't love is wind. Which is ironic, because wind is a big part of the whole wind-in-your-face motorcycle cliche. But nobody ever tells you how relentless a strong crosswind is, or the cliche wouldn't exist. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get a quote to see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Here's Paul Doschel of Toyota.
Radio fills a much-needed void in our marketing program. Being able to have our commercial spots and the relationship that we have with PRN, where they talk about our vehicles as Camrys and Supras.
The Toyota GR Supra makes that hard left turn onto pit road.
As pace car at the night touch. So for us, it's really the coming together of a 360-degree approach.
NASCAR Network Radio drives business.
Kyle Larson continues to lead the South Point 400. All of these teams will still have to make at least one more trip down pit road. From Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hey, it's Charlie and Debbie, along with NASCAR legend Kyle Petty, inviting you to join us for Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown.
Each week, we'll put it in reverse and take a trip down memory lane, looking back at that week's top 20 country songs from years past.
We'll dive into what made those songs and artists move the needle, what pop culture trends made those years unique.
And you'll get to hear me tell stories only I can tell.
So don't miss Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown right here each week.
Welcome to PRN's At the Track. I'm Lenny Baticki. We are PRN's half-hour weekly show dedicated to the short track, dirt track, legends, and kart racing across the Southeast. We provide our audience with the news and insightful conversations with the newsmakers from grassroots racing. How did that help you this time to take this victory from a grassroots perspective?
I definitely felt like Martinsville was a lot harder than the other one.
That's PRN's At the Track.
We're back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, getting into the closing stages of the South Point 400. Kyle Larson, he just ran the fastest lap. He continues to ease away from William Byron. The gap now growing to 1.6 seconds. And now, of course, everybody on top of the war wagons trying to figure out when they'll make this green flag pit stop if we do not get a yellow flag.
Race director Laura Beth Barnhart pointed out to us that we're starting to see tires on the wall. Ty Dillon came down pit road, but he was a couple laps down. That's not going to be a big opener of green flag cycles here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But, Mark, it's interesting. You brought up earlier Chase Elliott. He was on the move. He's only up 5 spots. Now, remember, Chase Elliott, since the restart in the final stage of the race, he didn't have to pass just the lead lap cars. He started at the tail of the field because he got his lap back with the free pass. Now he is chasing down Joey Logano. Think about this. Chase Elliott, he's got several car lengths between he and Joey Logano. Restarted at the tail of the field. Logano, the only problem that he's had here this afternoon is the fact that that car just does not have the same speed as the Chevys and the Toyotas.
He is 17 seconds behind the leader. That's more than a half a lap here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Chase Elliott behind him. We talked about Chase Briscoe beginning to struggle. He now hits the pit lane, woes down to 45 miles per hour as he works his way down the pit lane. Here comes Logano as well. Let's go to Wendy Venturini.
So just a few laps ago, Chase Briscoe had hit the wall and had a vibration, and since then has been plowing on the exit. James Small, his crew chief, is making a large wedge adjustment for Chase Briscoe. It's 4 tires. Also coming down pit road, Joey Logano. Now, Joey says he has just lost all of his grip. It is completely gone. They're pitting for 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, and a right front air pressure adjustment for Joey Logano.
As they slammed on the brakes getting down to 45 miles per hour, Alex Bowman actually tapped Ty Gibbs. They're on the pit lane right now, and they're making pit stops as they work their way now off the pit lane. Those stops successful. Bowman and Ty Gibbs about to return to the battle as Reddick comes onto pit road.
Alex Bowman actually swapped spots with Ty Gibbs. He made the pass on pit lane, which was a great thing. Reddick was starting to lose just a little bit of ground, actually. He had been passed by Ty Gibbs, was about to be passed by Alex Bowman. Now here comes that number 45 Toyota, Wendy Venturini.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick comes to a stop. He said it was getting very loose on him again. They're tightening up. Crew Chief Billy Scott, who we just spoke to moments ago. It's a solid 4-tire stop. Very quick for the 45 team. Tyler Reddick is down and away. Brett McMillan.
William Byron's in the car is pretty good. They're not going to make any adjustments. Going to get 4 tires on. They're around the left side of the car already and about to finish up and send it back out. Heather DeVoe.
And Bubba Wallace was in. He said he's a 5 out of 5 loose, so they tightened up that number 23 of Bubba Wallace, Wendy Venturini.
Christopher Bell is on pit road. It's 4 tires and Sunoco fuel for Bell. He wants to tighten it up, especially on the exit for Christopher Bell. Heather DeVoe.
Kyle Larson coming in. Cliff Daniels telling him, come around the 43 here. We're going to do 4 tires and go on the jack. His feedback to the team there was less overall grip for Kyle Larson. Team going to work on the right side tires, making their way around to the left. Sunoco fuel going to finish up on that left side and send Larson on his way.
Looks like there might have been a little bit of a slower stop there for Kyle Larson that he would have liked. He got all he could get coming on the pit lane. He was smoking the tires as he came down to that commitment line.
He got that. Ill timing for Kyle Larson to come in on the same lap as Eric Jones, who is pitted in the stall right behind him. Denny Hamlin currently assumes the lead here in the South Point 400. Austin Dillon coming down pit road. We see A.J. Allmendinger coming down pit road as well. Still waiting on Hamlin. Hocevar, Buscher, Keselowski, Van Gisbergen, Zane Smith, all have not yet pitted here. This could be the final stop of the South Point 400 mark. We have 52 laps to go. If this is the final stop, this is going to be likely the longest run that a lot of these cars have seen here this afternoon.
Right now, 48 laps for leader Denny Hamlin. He last pitted on 168. Last time by, we completed lap 216.
So right now we have 51 laps to go here in the South Point 400. We're starting to see some other cars come down, including Shane Van Gisbergen, Chris Buscher, Las Vegas native Noah Gragson coming down pit road. Denny Hamlin now comes across the start-finish line. This will click it off with 50 laps to go. We see William Byron come across behind him. Byron's already made his pit stop. He's currently being shown a lap down. The bigger question is Chris Gale going to keep Hamlin out as long as that Sunoco fuel will run?
And again, we'll have to see the question. Here is Hamlin working his way into 3. Is he backing off the throttle to make pit road? It looks like indeed he is. Denny Hamlin is going to pit on lap 218. Woes down that Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. He heads on to the pit lane.
So as Denny Hamlin makes that 45 or 50 mile per hour run down pit lane with the grace miles per hour that they give them, Hamlin now making that slow run here in that number 11 Toyota. Wendy Venturini, he's got to come all the way to the end of pit road as our pole sitter.
Yes, he is that last stall as you exit pit road. Denny Hamlin comes to a stop. He said it was barely tight, barely tight. Now they have trouble on the right side with the jack. There was an issue on the jack, and the tire changers on the right side of the car had to stall and wait. A slow pit stop for Denny Hamlin. Brett McMillan.
Chase Dillon has been really frustrated. He hasn't been able to make up more ground. They gave him a 4-tire change and an air pressure adjustment and a 9.8-second stop for the 9 car.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Brett. Remember, Denny Hamlin actually lost a couple of crew members, Mark Garrow, because they had a wheel come off of his car a few races back. They're back on that car this weekend, and that was tough. As Wendy said, it just looked like the car would not get jacked up on the first pump.
That could have been the money stop. right there for Denny Hamlin's team, and they didn't quite get what they needed.
Yeah, the easiest place to pass is on pit road. That'll cycle Carson Hocevar to the lead. He's on pit road. It cycles Brad Keselowski to the lead. Once Keselowski pits, what he's doing now, William Byron will actually come out in front of teammate Kyle Larson with 47 to go here in the South Point 400.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
Fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
William Byron has assumed the lead of the South Point 400. In fact, we have 3 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets in the top 4 right now. Christopher Bell, the lone Toyota there, he runs in third. 45 laps to go here in the South Point 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
No one's paying me to say this, but you've been our lifeline. We have no internet. We have no TV. We barely have cell service. I don't know how I'm able to get to you. My Wi-Fi is not working. And I have a radio, and I finally got power on, and I have it plugged in, and I could hear you. You're the only station I can get in.
Wow. Well,
That's why
I'm glad
we're here.
So,
wow.
The report that we got was that a severe tornado was heading right toward us. And I just want to commend you gentlemen for the job that you're doing, for keeping us informed.
I just wanted to say thank you for being on the radio and guiding us to, where we can get help.
I just want to tell you, the first thing I heard was your voices the next morning. Oh, shoot. And it made me cry. The comfort of hearing your voices.
My respiration, perspiration, and aggravation are sky high, but you guys have been the guiding light.
Your local AM station makes a difference.
Back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 43 laps to go in the South Point 400. Let's give you a leaderboard update brought to you by eBay. Swapping out your tires, there's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
So with 42 laps to go, they have enough Sunoco fuel to make it to the checkered flag. William Byron, the leader, over Kyle Larson. Christopher Bell, third. Fourth is Alex Bowman. Tyler Reddick, fifth. Sixth is Ty Gibbs. Seventh is Chase Briscoe. The big loser on that exchange of green flag pit stops, Denny Hamlin, he falls to eighth. Ninth is Chris Buescher. Austin Dillon up to 10th.
Carson Hocevar has been in 11th a good portion of the race. That's where he sits now. After going a lap down in stage 1, Kyle Busch up to 12th. 13th is A.J. Allmendinger. Playoffs driver Joey Logano mired in 14th. 15th, Shane Van Gisbergen. Brad Keselowski 16th. 17th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. After losing a lap due to an uncontrolled tire, Chase Elliott just moved up to the 18th spot. Ross Chastain runs 19th. 20th is Eric Jones.
And Noah Gragson 21st. 22nd, Zane Smith. And he is the last car on the lead lap. -1 in 23rd, Justin Haley. Michael McDowell 24th. 25th is Riley Herbst. Ryan Preece 26th. 27th, Austin Cindric. Daniel Suarez 28th. 29th, Bubba Wallace. Josh Berry in 30th.
Todd Gilliland, the first car, 2 laps down. He runs 31st. John Hunter Nemechek, 32nd. 33rd is Cody Ware. 34th, Cole Custer. Ty Dillon is 35th. J.J. Yaley, 36th. Catherine Legg runs 37th. Finishing 38th here today after a tire going down on lap number 70. Ryan Blaney will finish 38th. Let's go down to pit road and check in with our pit reporters. We're going to start with Brett McMillan.
Well, Brad, a pretty good note for the 24 team. They have been on the money all day long. This is the second time today that they have taken the lead during a round of pit stops. They did it during the first stage, too. Heather DeVoe.
And for Kyle Larson, who's currently trying to chase down his teammate William Byron, he reported to the team that so far his balance is better than the last green flag stop. Wendy Venturini.
Denny Hamlin, our pole sitter, drops to one of the lowest positions he's been all day after leaving pit road, and a mistake on the right side where the jack would not go under the car, which caused them a delay on pit road. Denny Hamlin drops to 8th. He came over the radio and asked how far back he was. Crew Chief Chris Gale also reported to Denny Hamlin that there are cords showing on the right front tire and asked Denny Hamlin to take care of his tires for these last 44 laps.
Wow. This is going to be a longer stint than what we saw to open up this stage. Mark, for Denny Hamlin, they pretty much split it, but we just lost you spots on pit road. You're running 8th. Oh, by the way, take care of your car, too.
William Byron out front. I like his chances right now. Kyle Larson did a great job aero blocking him until he wore out William Byron's tires on a couple occasions. But now that Byron's in front of Larson.
Trouble in turn 2, guys. Issues for William Byron. He was just really high at the exit of turn 2. And Kyle Larson just passed him. Byron is slow in 3.
Yeah, Byron trying to regain whatever it was that he slipped with over there. His car is definitely off now. Once again, it's Larson up front with the lead.
Didn't mean to put the whammy on William Byron, but no telling what happened. They're back in 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, guys. All of a sudden, Byron's car just shot up the racetrack. I thought he was going to hit the wall as if a tire went down. Might have just broken traction and lost a ton of ground. He looks back to full speed, but he has lost the lead pad in 3.
Yeah, call it about 15 car lengths, maybe a little more up to the leader. Larson now in the middle of 3 and 4, down at the very bottom of the racetrack.
What a gift for Kyle Larson. He's led the most laps in this race. Now resumes the lead. We have 34 laps to go this time by. He leads William Byron by 0.6 of a second here in the South Point 400.
Hey, Joey Logano here, the driver of the number 22 Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford Mustang. What can a 3-time champion do by the end of this ad? A pit stop and grabbing a hunk of pizza at the closest convenience store near you. To find a location, visit huntbrotherspizza.com.
In addition to traditional summer camp, Victory Junction also hosts family weekends, partner programs, and day camps. And the Victory Junction Outreach Program takes camp fun beyond our gates to children at hospitals and partner sites throughout North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Victory Junction makes the impossible accessible.
This is a place that needs to be here 50 years from now, 100 years from now. We are never going to run out of kids that can benefit from Victory Junction.
Discover how you can get involved at victoryjunction.org.
Chase Elliott moves up the racetrack. He blocks Chastain. He takes the white flag as the leader and heads back to turn number 1.
This is Chase Elliott, driver of the number 9 Napa Chevy for Hendrick Motorsports. NASCAR Network Radio drives business.
Winding down the closing laps of the South Point 400, 32 to go as Kyle Larson leads. What kind of drama can unfold here in Las Vegas? We'll find out when we come back. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
My fiance is a veteran.
I did tours in Korea, Germany, and Bosnia before I got injured.
When Yusuf got out of the military, he needed help getting his disability benefits.
Luckily, DAV came to the rescue. They fought for me the same way that I fought for my country.
Every year, DAV provides life-changing support to more than 1 million veterans.
My victory is never giving up and finding more ways to serve.
He's pretty amazing.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hi, this is Doug Rice at PRN. Join me for another great episode of Fast Talk. We have NASCAR Hall of Famer Kurt Busch. What does a much older, wiser Kurt Busch want to tell Carson Hocevar?
Well, let's bust out all the VHS tapes and you can watch all my mistakes. Try not to do those, Carson. I like what he's doing. He's learning, and he's putting his time in up front.
That's Fast Talk right here on PRN.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are under caution. Pat Patterson, This changes everything.
Well, William Byron was coming out of turn at number 4, and a slower car on the bottom of the racetrack, I think it was Todd Dillon, or it was the 10 car, I think, was right at the very bottom where we go into pit road. It was almost as if William Byron was anticipating that car moving. It didn't, and then he just absolutely creamed it. We see that car rolling back in front of me. It is Todd Dillon. It completely destroyed William Byron's car, who slid into the pit road. Fortunately, nobody out there at all at that time. They got that cleaned up, but at least 3 cars in that. But William Byron's car, it was like he just didn't either pick the right way to move on the racetrack to get around the slower car, or he was distracted and didn't see him.
Ty Dillon taking his wounded car to the garage area as we go down to Brett McMillan.
Yeah, William Byron came on the radio and said, I didn't know he was pitting. And was just Rudy Fugle had just gotten off the pit box and walked out of Ty Dillon's pit to explain what happened. Said we had no idea. I mean, the crew here said we had no idea who was pitting either. So that's the explanation from William Byron, that they had no idea that was what was going on. We saw John Hunter Nemechek come sliding down pit road too.
If he was pitting, he was way high on the racetrack and way slow on the racetrack.
You're right, Brad. I just want to get in the middle of that. This is not an easy pit road to get under, or to get on, I should say, because you're somewhat blocked view-wise when you come around the corner here, and that's exactly what happened. Ty Dillon either missed the pit road or was trying to make up his mind to go to it. Whatever it was, he was out of position. He was at least 100 yards back away from the commitment line when he got hit.
Yeah, Pat, it looked like to me he wasn't coming on to pit lane, but was at a very slow speed. Maybe he missed the pit lane, and all of a sudden William Byron just jumped on him because the difference in speed was dramatic.
Yeah, and he had just pitted, Mark. He was the first car just a few minutes ago that had actually come onto the pit road, so I don't know exactly why he would have been going back.
Well, we'll have to get an explanation from the Infield Care Center. Ty Dillon is out of his car. We'll let you know that William Byron is out of his car as well. He has gone to the ambulance. Mark, watching a replay from the in-car camera of William Byron.
Again, if Ty Dillon was trying to make pit road, he was high up the racetrack, was on the binders a little bit. He may have been heading for the pit lane, but it looked like to me he was going to miss it.
Yeah, Mark, let me add something to that. This is the exact spot where the sun and where it's at right now is really in the driver's eyes, and it's possible that just the fact that that's a dark race car that Ty Dillon is driving may have also kind of interfered here with the vision that William Byron might have had.
It is a camouflage car. I don't know how much of a difference that made, and I don't say that in jest. I say that it blends in with the asphalt very well, and Byron was coming low off the corner. Ty Dillon was just simply high. And, Mark, you're watching something from Christopher Bell's car on the replay as well.
Just showed out the front of his car. Again, the sun blaring and glaring through the windshield of that car. Certainly, as Pat just pointed out, your line of view right now could be compromised as you exit that turn because of the sun.
Yeah, that was just simply a car in the wrong place at the wrong time for William Byron. I don't know how quick even the spotter could have reacted to something like that. Now, we said what drama can unfold. It just unfolded. We have 28 laps to go here in the South Point 400. Kyle Larson leads Christopher Bell. Again, this changes everything in this race now.
We're too far out to stay out. These guys are going to have to hit pit road. They're going to get tires. They'll get, of course, a fill-up of Sunoco fuel. They have plenty of fuel right now, but again, you don't change tires right now. You could be a sitting duck.
Mark, look, there's a reason why we talk for a living. We're not crew chiefs, but the armchair crew chief in me says with 28 laps to go, that's way too many to try any tire strategy.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think that's a brilliant observation. It just, these tires wear a lot, and we still got a long way to get to the checkered flag.
All right, so Brett is going to go to the Infield Care Center. We'll check in with him coming up here shortly. There was a lot of debris that got scattered about at the exit of Turn 4. The field is in tow behind the Toyota GR Super Pace car. Pit road is about to get busy. The green light is on right now. Kyle Larson will lead them onto pit road. Oh, and we had Tyler Reddick almost get into the back of Alex Bowman coming onto pit road. Either that or he was shoved by Ty Gibbs. Heather DeBow.
And Kyle Larson told his crew chief, Cliff Daniels, that he had better turn that time, but less right rear grip. The call for the 5 right now is 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, and he's going to go on the jack. Whitney Venturini.
Christopher Bell was tightened up the last time. Crew chief Adam Stevens said he's going to do much of the same because Christopher Bell said it took off really good, giving up that second place position. 4 tires fuel. Also, Tyler Reddick didn't look like he had any damage. 4 tires and fuel. Billy Scott, the crew chief for Tyler Reddick, said, do you want to run the top or the bottom? And Tyler Reddick gave him that answer to loosen him up. So we will see Tyler Reddick moving his line around.
Chase Briscoe, though, will lead them off the pit lane with a 2-tire stop. Logano goes 2 tires. He's third off the pit lane. 2 for Keselowski. He is third off the line off the pit lane. Larson, the first driver off pit road with 4 tires. Then Van Gisbergen with 2. Bowman with 4.
Well, we said it seemed like too much of a distance to try any type of tire strategy. Not if you're Paul Wolfe, crew chief for Joey Logano. Not if you're James Small, crew chief for Chase Briscoe. I only mentioned those 2 first because they're playoffs contenders. For Brad Keselowski, hey, Jeremy Bullins, why not? What have you had to lose?
Absolutely, and at this point, Chase Briscoe was fading. Joey Logano has absolutely not been a factor all afternoon long. You might as well try something right now. Throw the Hail Mary and see what happens. We'll take a break at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Come back for the green flag in the South Point 400.
So you're a Toyota Cup driver and you just made it to the playoffs. Now all you have to do is win. Easy. Just turn left, right? That and start strong, take off, reach 200 miles per hour, maintain a good position, no big deal, lap again, time your pit stops, steer clear of accidents, talk to your crew chief like your best friend, and most importantly, turn left. Easy, right? You in? Get up to speed at tgrna.com. Toyota, let's go places. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, LLC.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. It soaks into metal and keeps your vehicle running at peak performance. Find out more at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
We have some tire strategy going on. 26 laps to go here in the South Point 400. They're going to restart with Chase Briscoe leading Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Shane Van Gisbergen in the top 5. From Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
It's hard to believe in this day and age in the United States of America that children are hungry.
Our time on this planet is short. We have to give back to those in need.
Every child has a chance, no matter what obstacles they may encounter.
Never have we been taxed more as a society to help kids the way we are right now.
At Speedway Children's Charities, our mission is simple. Help every child we can.
Because all children
deserve joy
and hope
and love.
I'm PRN's Doug Turnbull, co-host of the 5 to Go podcast, a weekly deep dive into 5 motorsports issues. Devin Kupka gives the Gen Z view.
One thing that I've never seen before, when the cars got 4 wide, everybody stood up cheering.
And championship-winning mechanic Dan Elliott leans on his decades in the garage and promoting.
Unless everybody is aware of the rules, then no, it's not fair for everyone.
Listen to the 5 to Go podcast on GoPRN.com and subscribe on Apple and Spotify.
Welcome back to the South Point 400 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway alongside Mark Garrow. My name is Brad Gilley. They're going to come to 1 to go before we restart. We'll restart with 23 laps to go, and we will take you green flag to the checkered flag presented by Toyota. For the latest Toyota Gazoo racing information, visit tgrna.com.
So here is the lineup. Chase Briscoe with 2 tires, the leader. Logano with 2 is second. Third, Brad Keselowski, again, 2 tires on the stop with 4. Kyle Larson is fourth. Fifth with 2 tires is Shane Van Gisbergen. 4 tires for Alex Bowman in 6th. 7th is Christopher Bell. Ty Gibbs 8th. 9th, Tyler Reddick. 10th is Denny Hamlin.
11th is Austin Dillon. Kyle Busch is 12th. 13th, Carson Hocevar. A.J. Allmendinger, 14th. 15th, Ross Chastain. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Great run for them today. He is 16th. 17th, Chris Buescher. Chase Elliott had a bit of a slow stop. He had a penalty earlier in Stage 2. He runs 18th. Noah Gragson is 19th. 20th, Zane Smith.
Eric Jones is 21st, Michael McDowell 22nd, 23rd Riley Herbst, Brian Priest 24th, 25th is Daniel Suarez, 26th Austin Cindric, Bubba Wallace back onto the lead lap, last one on the lead lap in 27th. -1 in 28th, Josh Berry, Todd Gilliland 29th, 30th, Justin Haley.
Cody Ware runs 31st. 32nd, Cole Custer, John Hunter Nemechek. He almost got a little, well, he did get a little piece of that caution, backed into his pit stall. He runs 33rd. 34th, J.J. Yaley. 35th, Catherine Legg. William Byron will finish 36th after that incident. Ty Dillon, 37th. And Ryan Blaney with a lap 70 incident, a left front tire going down. He will finish last, 38th here today. And Pat Patterson, a restart with 23 laps to go. I don't know what your Uncle Chick says about this one, but it's about to get exciting here in Vegas.
Yeah, one of his favorite words is watch this, and watch this is probably what we're getting ready to do right now is see if these cars without tires can somehow hold on and get something done as they work their way into turn number 3. Pace car is taking its time to get everybody ready to go. Joey Logano up there on the front row with Chase Briscoe. Then you've got the Brad Keselowski up there. And then there's the 5 car of Kyle Larson, and he has been so fast this afternoon. Most of the fans that have seats here aren't using them at the moment. They want to see how this is going to get going. They get up and they start cheering and clapping and carrying on, and we're about to see exactly how this is going to play out. Here goes the pace car, and here we go in Vegas.
Through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone, we restart with 23 laps to go. Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano on 2 fresher tires. On the high side with 4 tires, it's Kyle Larson. Larson doesn't get a good start. The 2 leaders will run side by side into one.
Alex Bowman pokes his nose in the middle, and he's going to take advantage, and we got a crash mid-pack. Looks like Ty Gibbs has spun. Got another car spinning up against the outside wall. That's Shane Van Gisbergen, and here in turn 2, A.J. Allmendinger gets sideways. Looks like Cody Ware ran into Gibbs' machine. Lots of smoke and carnage here in 1 and 2.
Yellow flag flying for the 5th time in the South Point 400. It comes out as they come to the line with 22 to go. Alex Bowman drove in there, created a big traffic jam. Not sure if that is what ignited that crash, but Bowman winds up 3rd after that restart with a bold move against teammate Kyle Larson on the restart.
I think Pat Patterson said it right when his Uncle Chick said, watch this. Joey Logano right now is running in front of Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe the leader. Mark, what do we see on the replay?
So 3 wide right as Bowman goes into the turn. Just behind them were contact. 3 cars wide behind Bowman, and again, Ty Gibbs got kind of bounced around in the middle of that as everybody seemed to check up for the corner. And as we look at it, it looks like Christopher Bell got into Ty Gibbs, and that set off the chain reaction. Let's go now to Brett McMillan.
All right, Ty Dillon out of the Care Center. Ty, we heard on the radio, William Byron said he didn't know you were pitting. Is that what you were doing at the time?
Yeah, we were pitting. My spotter said he waved off and let his spotter know that we were fine, that we were pitting. So I wasn't even looking out of the rear view and just focused on hitting my marks, getting on pit road. I don't think I was egregiously high or anything. And just trying to get on pit road, and next thing I knew, I was getting clobbered. So I hate it for them. I hate our day for Field and Stream and Sugarland Shines bringing on new partners, and we just didn't have our best foot forward. Something was wrong with our car, and there was nothing we could do from pretty much time on load. We have to go back to the shop and see what's not bent, but we had an issue with the car all day, and just it was a rough day for us, and we were just trying to get on pit road. My spotter said he waved down his spotter and let his spotter know. So I hate to say it, but I believe it's on them. I mean, I probably could have waved him off more egregiously, but, you know, hopefully he can see that. But I hate it ruined their day, but I don't really know what we do different there.
Appreciate your time. That's Ty Dillon out of the Care Center.
All right, thank you very much, Brett. Ty Dillon was a lane off the white line. William Byron was actually diving underneath him on the racetrack when that incident happened. So we'll get an explanation if William Byron exits the Care Center. And Mark, you're watching the replay for this most latest incident, which happened up in front of Nick Yeoman, and a lot of cars were trying to occupy the same spot on the racetrack at the same time.
I first thought it was Christopher Bell who made the first contact with Ty Gibbs, but actually a car came off the top of the racetrack into Gibbs, into Bell, and they kind of then got accordioned together, and not quite sure who that car was. Again, the sun shining down on the racetrack right there. It might have been SVG. He has a black car. It was a black car. He had 2 tires. not the 4. Again, a very aggressive restart by a number of drivers.
Shane Van Gisbergen, after running in the top 10 throughout the bulk of this race, he's behind the wall. He is done for the day. Ty Gibbs just went behind the wall as well, so a tough exit for him as we have 21 laps to go here in the South Point 400. So now that we're under caution, we will take our final break and come back. It's going to be an exciting restart here in the South Point 400.
The Earnhardt family has always trusted Bass Pro Shops for all their outdoor needs, and I continue to be a proud customer. I grew up shopping here, and now I love bringing my family here to gear up for all our adventures together. And now, Bass Pro Shops Club members enjoy special savings and earn points towards free gear, which is rewarding when buying what you need for your next adventure. Spending time outdoors with the ones you love, sharing memories, and making new ones, that's an Earnhardt family tradition that I'm proud to carry on.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
All right, Carson Hocevar, actually, his car was sitting sideways at the exit of pit road. Sounds like he has a broken control arm and toe link is what we're hearing from pit road. So just some oddities happening here in the closing laps of the South Point 400 as we're under caution. Currently 20 laps to go from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, this is Brett McMillan. Join me each week for the True Reporters Roundtable, known as the Pit Reporters.
This is not what we're used to and accustomed to seeing. That, I think, with a backdrop, is why a lot of fans are a bit sour on Denny.
He still wants to play that role that now Denny has taken on, but him and the A-car haven't had the same success. You can't be the villain, and it doesn't really work as well if you're not winning, and Denny Hamlin is doing just that.
Check us out each week on the Performance Racing Network.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk heart to heart. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Welcome back to the South Point 400 under caution here with 19 to go. They've not yet been able to open pit road. Shane Van Gisbergen's stuck on the racetrack. He asked for a wrecker. Now, we said before we'd take you green flag to the checkered flag. That was interrupted by caution. Now we're going to take you to the checkered flag presented by Toyota. For the latest Toyota Gazoo racing information, visit tgrna.com. And that's to the checkered flag. Under green, under caution, 1 overtime, 2 overtime, whatever. Toyota's got you covered.
Absolutely. So William Byron came into this race +4 to the cut line. He's now being scored 1 spot under the cut line in 5th, minus 16 points.
That is a big hit. So right now, as the leader, Chase Briscoe is the top spot. +33 is Kyle Larson. +30 is Denny Hamlin. +16 is Christopher Bell. And it looks like we're going to be chatting with William Byron right now at the Care Center with Brett McMillan.
Hey, William Byron out of the Care Center. Obviously, you're okay. I heard you on the radio say you had no idea he was pitting. Ty told us a few minutes ago that he felt like his spotter had made the motion to your spotter that he was pitting, but it sounds to me like there was no communication to you, was there?
I know. I don't know what happened up there, but there was no indication from Ty that he was pitting. So from what I could tell, I mean, you always kind of look up in front of you down the straightaway, and I didn't. I had zero clue. So
I know that this time of day, the sun is in your eyes. It's difficult to see. Was that?
No, like it wasn't difficult to see at all. Like I could see clearly. I was just going to wrap the bottom the way the lane's been today. Kind of wrapped the bottom pretty hard. So
I know you and I talked earlier today about how you've been able to mature over the last few years in situations like this. How difficult is this to deal with, especially when you had a car as good as you had today?
Oh yeah, it's pretty devastating right now, but I am, we'll move past it and go to the next 2 weeks.
Good luck. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brett.
What can you say when you're William Byron in that situation? Or now Ryan Blaney, 2 of the 8 drivers that made the round of 8 have crashed out. Ryan Blaney, for the 9th time in his career, will finish in absolute last place, 38th. William Byron will be scored 36th at race's end.
Yeah, that is a really tough thing for sure for William Byron, and this is what the playoffs bring. This could actually flip-flop next week at Talladega Superspeedway, and then we're going to go to Martinsville for the final race before the championship round. Any one of those top 8 drivers could go to victory lane at Martinsville Speedway, and we don't know yet. We look at all the playoffs drivers who are still racing on the track. 5 of them are in the top 7, with Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano 1 and 2, Kyle Larson 4th, Denny Hamlin 6th, Christopher Bell 7th. Then you've got Chase Elliott, who's up to 14th. There's going to be a lot of action here on this restart. Remember, Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, this caution benefits them because they only took 2 tires on the last stop. Kyle Larson had taken 4.
A super aggressive Alex Bowman jammed his way in there underneath Kyle Larson, made it 3, maybe 4 wide as they entered turn number 4. I think that caused what happened behind them. They were trying to check up, still trying to find racing room, still trying to make a pass, and things went bad horribly and took Ty Gibbs out of this race. Gibbs ran top 10 all afternoon long. So we talk about a bad break for William Byron. That was a bad break for Ty Gibbs.
For sure. Pit road did open up. We did not have any takers among the leaders. So the field right now in tow behind the Toyota GR Supra pace car. We're going to go at least one more circuit, it looks like, before we get a 1 to go signal here, as a lot of track cleanup is underway. This wreck brought out a lot of debris. We still had a little bit of debris that they wanted to make sure they got off the apron and everything else from the prior caution between Ty Dillon and William Byron.
So ask yourself, why was Alex Bowman so aggressive on that restart? In car 48, he's gone 48 races since his last trip to victory lane. That was, of course, in Chicago back in 2024.
Alex Bowman, a former winner here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He actually won the spring race back in 2020, one of the early wins that he got in that season before we had a short break for COVID. But now he sits in that 3rd spot. Pretty good position here. Got a green Ally paint scheme on that number 48 this weekend.
And remember, Briscoe, Logano, 2 tires on that last pit stop. Bowman took on 4, so did Larson.
This is going to be a good restart. So we've got an Elgin sweeper on the track. We've got another sweeper truck out there. Got a handful of jet dryers. Let's go back down to Wendy Venturini.
Just listening to the guys that are going to be taking us to this restart on Joey Logano's radio, they reminded him that turns 1 and 2 are completely in shade, and with this long caution, it's definitely cooled down. There's going to be a lot of grip, and to be prepared for that when we go back green.
All right. Here we go, Mark. So we've got 16 laps to go. They're going to see the 1 to go. We're going to restart with 14 to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And we look at the USA Network. They're showing a lot of replays, trying to spot if Ty Dillon had signaled down the back straightaway that he was going in for a pit stop. And again, replay after replay, everybody trying to figure out what happened that knocked William Byron out of this race.
Yeah, again, he drifted a lane up off the racetrack and was going to make a high entrance, if you will, onto pit road, and that was just the lane that William Byron was racing in.
You know, it's kind of funny. Had the pace car ride with John Hunter Nemechek earlier today, and he talked about how hard it is to get onto this pit lane. He actually took me onto it in speed. There's a bump down there. We nearly jerked the car sideways. It's no easy task to take a car from 180 miles an hour down to 45.
Lights are out on the Toyota GR Supra pace car. We're going to have a restart with 14 to go. Chase Briscoe leads Joey Logano. 3rd is Alex Bowman. Kyle Larson 4th. 5th, Brad Keselowski. Denny Hamlin 6th. 7th, Christopher Bell. 8th is Kyle Busch. Tyler Reddick 9th. Chris Buescher in 10th.
Then in the 11th spot, it's going to be Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Eric Jones 12th, Chase Elliott now 13th, Noah Gragson 14th, 15th, Michael McDowell, Riley Herb 16th, 17th, Daniel Suarez, rounding out the top 20, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Preece, and Austin Cindric.
All right, Pat Patterson, here we go. We're about to wind it up again in the South Point 400.
Yep, slowly they roll down underneath the big American flag, right where it says Nellis Straightaway here at Las Vegas. And once again, we're going to line them up and see if we can get to the finish here without any more caution. Of course, this is a city that loves gambling, and I don't know how much money I would want to lose. How about you, Nick? You want a 5 spot on we have another caution flag or not?
No, sir. I'm folding my hand.
I love it. All right, here's the field midway through 3 and 4. Toyota GR Super Pace car pulls them slowly. Fans are waving their hats and waving and yelling at them, want to see how this is going to finish up here. Here's Logano, here's Briscoe, and here we go.
Briscoe inside, Logano outside, row 2, Bowman inside, Larson outside. They move into the Echo Park Automotive restart zone. Green flag is out with 14 laps to go. Briscoe, Logano side by side, charge off into turn number 1.
What a jump for the front row. It's Briscoe, Logano side by side. Looks like Denny Hamlin's going top shelf there in the second row. He's trying to charge from about 6th on back. Briscoe with a slight advantage over Logano, right ahead of Alex Bowman.
Side by side for the lead. That's the way they race down the Nellis straightaway. Here comes Briscoe to the bottom of the racetrack. Logano holding on for all he's worth now as they race off the corner.
Denny Hamlin trying to take a lot of momentum off the top. He'll tuck in behind Alex Bowman to the outside of Kyle Larson. Chase Briscoe leads Joey Logano into 1.
Denny Hamlin was rim riding, but the momentum stalls out. He has to fall in line in the 5th position behind Kyle Larson. Larson's trying to dig on the bottom to get Alex Bowman. Bowman trying to chase down Logano and race leader Briscoe.
Give Logano credit. He's keeping pace with the leader here. Once again, Briscoe, bottom of the racetrack as he works the very, very bottom. Logano's right there as well. Here comes Larson, though. He gets around Bowman.
Alex Bowman had to check up or he would have rammed into Joey Logano. Larson goes flying by. Now he goes after Logano. They battle for second.
Kyle Larson trying to go from 4th to 2nd. He's got that 3rd spot. Joey Logano will give him the inside line. Kyle Larson digging on the bottom. He'll hang right by that Pennzoil Ford. Battle for second.
Battle for second, door to door now as they enter turn number 3. That black number 5 is going to have the advantage. He'll take the spot. Now he'll go up and try to catch Briscoe.
11 laps to go. Kyle Larson has fresher tires than Chase Briscoe. Briscoe leads by about 6 car lengths as they cross the stripe. Tyler Reddick now drives around Alex Bowman for 5th.
Tyler Reddick was a player in the first half of the race, then had some issues, lost track position. Here he is in the top 5. He's trying to get around Denny Hamlin. Hamlin trying to set up Logano down the back straightaway for 3rd.
Hamlin had to move to the bottom. Logano's car couldn't hold the bottom. That gave the spot to the 11, move him up to 3rd. Logano now holds the 4th spot. Tyler Reddick off the top rope here trying to make up some ground.
Chase Briscoe will lead them to the line with 10 laps to go. Then it's Larson, Hamlin. Reddick now rides around the top side, gets around Logano.
Reddick is banging the cushion. He used it to get around Alex Bowman. Now he's going to try to wrap the outside of the racetrack to get around Joey Logano. It's still Chase Briscoe, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, your top 3.
Hamlin is pedaling as hard as he can in that 3rd spot to try to hold on to the 5 car of Kyle Larson. Larson looking at about a 4-car deficit to the leader, Chase Briscoe.
Kyle Larson's led the most laps, but it's taken laps for his car to wind up each time. He's catching Chase Briscoe. Denny Hamlin catching Kyle Larson. 3-car battle into 1.
Chase Briscoe took the lead and led the opening lap. Now he's got to fend off a challenge from 2 really fast race cars. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin right in line. Even separation, 3-car breakaway at the front.
Chevy in the middle of a Toyota sandwich here. They work down to the bottom of the turn number 3. Once again, Briscoe hugs the white line as fast as he can. 11 of Denny Hamlin closes in on Larson.
Top 3 have broken away from that battle for 4th between Logano and Reddick. We've got 8 laps to go here in Las Vegas.
And important to point out, for all 3 of these drivers, a win and they have a shot at a championship in Phoenix. Briscoe runs the bottom, a car length ahead of Larson. 2 more back to Hamlin.
Boy, you said it, Nick. It is the jackpot, and that is what they're racing for. Here comes Hamlin. He goes to work on Larson. He's going to go to the top side of the racetrack. Denny right up next to the wall now. Larson goes up and tries to block him. Can't do it. They're side by side.
7 laps to go. Drivers are looking through their mirrors right now, not out the windshield. Denny Hamlin now has an edge over Kyle Larson. They're door to door into 1.
Nobody has blocked drivers better than Kyle Larson today, but he could not get high enough to clear Denny Hamlin in 4. He'll try it in 2. Barely squeezes ahead of Hamlin. Hamlin gives him a shot in the shorts.
If Hamlin didn't move him, he's sure the world scared him to death there as they went into turn number 3. He goes up to the top side of the racetrack. Larson's doing all he can to hold off Hamlin while Briscoe drives away.
Chase Briscoe easing away from this battle. Larson and Hamlin, they have a history. They continue to fight for that second spot with 6 laps to go.
Chase Briscoe wants these two to dice it up. He just doesn't want them to wreck. He wants to lead these final few laps. The advantage has grown to about 5 car lengths over Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin.
The only chance Larson or Hamlin has is to start working towards catching Briscoe. You can't pass what you can't catch. Briscoe halfway through 3 and 4, now exits 4 again with a better lead.
5 laps to go. Denny Hamlin's driven to the inside of Kyle Larson. Chase Briscoe continues to lead. Second and third, they're door to door. Will Hamlin drive him high into 1?
They go side by side into the first corner. No, Hamlin's going to throw it in deep on the bottom and then slide right up in front of Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin takes second. Now he'll set his sights on his teammate Chase Briscoe.
Here comes Hamlin now, trying to close it down on Chase Briscoe. Call it 6 car lengths. Hamlin goes to the very top side of the racetrack, right up next to the wall now as he hopes for a run off the hill.
Hamlin gets a big run off the top of turn number 4. He has caught Briscoe. 4 laps to go. Hamlin now jumps to the outside as they go to turn 1.
What a charge to the outside for Denny Hamlin. He wants win number 60 and that first championship. Trying to get it done here in Las Vegas. Side by side with Chase Briscoe off of 2.
The only chance Larson's got is if these two get together. That didn't happen. Hamlin to the lead. Bottom of the racetrack. Top side of the racetrack is where he will go. Larson's trying to close in on Briscoe. It's Hamlin up front off the corner.
2 fresh tires weren't enough for Chase Briscoe. Denny Hamlin now the lead here at Las Vegas. 3 laps to go in the South Point 400.
And now that he has cleared Chase Briscoe, he is trying to leave not only his Toyota teammate, but Kyle Larson. Larson's got to put on an attack on Chase Briscoe. They watch Hamlin chase away by 6 car lengths.
Larson in the 3rd spot behind Briscoe. 4 car lengths separate them. Then it's a ways back to the 4th place car. Here comes the leader once again. Hamlin, bottom of the racetrack. Exit off the corner up the top side.
As he comes across the stripe, only 2 laps to go. Denny Hamlin wants this thing to go green. Larson now challenging Chase Briscoe for the runner-up spot.
Larson's got a good charge on the bottom. He'll slide up in front of Chase Briscoe and wreck that 2nd place and make it his own. Here they come out of turn number 2. Denny Hamlin, the advantage. 12 car lengths over Kyle Larson.
Hamlin down the Nellis straightaway. He's got the field covered now as he works his way bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4. Paints that white line. Here comes the 11 again off the corner.
White flag in the air for Denny Hamlin. 1.5 miles to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway as he tries to call his shot to the championship round.
One final opportunity for Denny Hamlin into turn number 1, trying to secure that first championship. Here he comes out of turn number 2. Pat, that lead is growing. Hamlin by 15 car lengths here in Vegas.
356 miles from this speedway to Phoenix, and that's where they'll battle for the championship, and Denny Hamlin is about to lock his spot in. Here comes the leader off 4.
Denny Hamlin picked a fine time to win again here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He'll take the checkered flag. He's won the fight. He's won the right to go after the championship in Phoenix. Denny Hamlin takes down the win in the South Point 400. Kyle Larson, the runner-up, 1.5 seconds back.
Christopher Bell was able to pass Chase Briscoe coming off of turn number 4, move him into 3rd. Chase Briscoe finishes 4th. Tyler Reddick rounds out the top 5. 4 Toyota